Think about the last time you thanked yourself for something. Maybe it was that me time you took last Tuesday, or finally learning Italian. Want to do something you'll really thank yourself for later? Start creating a plan for your financial goals today. State Farm agent Denise Smith is in the Denver metro community to help you look at things you want to save for and then build a plan that will set you up for success. The earlier you start planning your goals, the better off you'll be. So call State Farm agent Denise Smith at 303-343-3515 or online at www.safetysmith.com today. Then thank yourself later. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Yes, sir. UNKandCHICO, Sunday Night Live. Live and direct.
It's another Sunday night. It's another Sunday night. Another Sunday night live with UNK and Big Dog Chico.
All right. Hey, it's another one. It's another one, baby. Oh, it's another one.
Another Sunday night live with UNK and Big Dog. With UNK and Big Dog. With UNK and Big Dog.
So get ready for it.
Another Sunday night live. UNK and Big Dog Chico.
It's UNK, Go Neely, and Big Dog Chico Cleasy. Welcome back to another episode of UNKandCHICO live and direct. We on Sunday night once again. If you're tuned in before, we appreciate you. Make sure you get in the chat. Let us know where you're checking in from. I'm Big Dog Chico. That's Uncle Neely. We live and direct, man. What's up, Unc? Talk to him.
I know they're gonna dig this. It's that 70s radio voice. Chico! What it do, Daddy? You all right? You good?
I'm all good, man. I'm all good.
You got that? You get that? You get that $99 refund back from the water park? I called for you. I told them.
No wonder I had a missed call. They probably tried to cancel my membership.
I told him. I said he like me. He ain't gonna answer no unstored number. So shoot him a text or something.
That's
I
right.
made a couple of calls, man. Pulled a couple of strings from my boy because I know how them water parks can be.
Unbelievable. $99 registration fee. I looked around maybe make that.
Man, what's up? What's up to the chat? Y'all checking on in Missouri, Arizona.
We got Missouri up in here.
Yeah. Show Me State is in the house. Jackson, Mississippi is in the house. What else I see? B-More, Bodymore, Murderland. I'm sorry. That's Baltimore, Maryland. I'm give y'all real name, not y'all name off the wire. Shout out to the wire, man. Best show ever. Oh man. Milwaukee, Wisconsin is in the building.
Definitely.
Checking on in here.
Shout out to Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Hey man, we're live.
Kentucky, home of the greatest, Muhammad Ali.
Let the people know what we have in store for them tonight,
I mean, we got a lot in store for you. Great show tonight. Dre from Naptown checking in. We got Reggie Calhoun Jr., man, who is expert extraordinaire on all things NIL collective. You know, we're gonna be talking about this house settlement that just got signed by the federal judge on Friday evening. He's gonna join us about 10 minutes into the show. We gave Booty Arm the night off. He need to put some Blue Star ointment on the crease right there. A little chafing, gave him none off, but we had a Hollywood report later on too.
You say he had to put some Blue Star ointment on his booty arm?
Yeah, got a little chafed. Got a little chafed.
Dang, Chuck. I was trying to. I'm here for you, Chuck. I got love for you, Chuck. Shout out to Chuck, man. Get right. Chuck was on that golf course earlier.
Yeah, a little sunburn on the.
I need to get on the golf course. Speaking of that, drive time. Easy get wham. You've been playing it on PS5 and also the new series episode number 2 just dropped with Shasta Averhart. Drive time.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It drops on Sunday morning. She got her second episode out today. Today was more of a travel vlog, doing some corporate golf events. So y'all make sure y'all check that out and hit a like, make a comment, do what you feel. Chico,
man, chat getting on me, Unc.
What they getting on you for?
I got the Rasheed Wallace braids. I got the
Well,
exhibit braids.
I don't think they
Who else
getting
they
on. I
said?
think they just being an umpire. They call it like they see it, Chico.
Ah.
I don't like it is. Speaking of big dog, series
Talk
is
to me.
on NBA Finals. OKC tied the series up tonight. The Pacers, man, had some good little runs there, but one of the things they didn't have tonight, they didn't have a player starting or bench get 20 points or more. Meanwhile, SGA went for 34. My guy, who's just been the X factor on defense and offense, Caruso had 20 off the bench, and Wiggins had 18 off the bench. Rebounds were pretty close, 43 to 35. But Chico, it is 1-1. It's an interesting series, man. I like what I'm seeing. What you like?
I'll say this. What stands out to me right now is the 13 field goal attempts by Halliburton, right? I think he had it right around that same number and 14 points last game, but they end up winning on a big shot by him. But OKC left that game thinking, okay, we executed our game plan. We just didn't finish, and then he made a big shot. If we execute our game plan next game, capitalize on what we need to capitalize on, finish, do better rebounding, and hold him to another 13 shot attempts, we'll take that. And look what happened tonight. That's when the blowout came. I think Halliburton has to find a way to be more aggressive, and see if he can be one of those top two scorers for his team so they can win. I don't think they can depend on Nembhard or Naismith to be their leading scorer. I think it has to be Siakam or Halliburton, and with Turner being that third guy, primarily.
I
What
love it.
chance?
I got my blue pen out. I co-sign that with you, but I want to add a little log on that fire.
Yes,
I
sir.
want to poke that fire. I want to stoke that fire, get that thing going a little better. It's not really, to me, just about Halliburton getting more shots, which you're exactly right, he should. The issue is somebody got to score more than 20 points. This is playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you got 5 people with 19. Somebody got to have 26. Somebody got to have 24. Because if I have a lead on you and we trade baskets, I'm going to keep the lead.
Mm-hmm.
And when you got SGA dropping 34, none of their starters for the Pacers had 20 plus,
Right.
and then you got Caruso off the bench with 20 for OKC, Wiggins off the bench with 18.
18.
It's going to stay a 15 to 20 point gap.
It is. It is. And you look at the starters for the Pacers, you had 15 points for Siakam, 14 for Naismith. It's very even across the board. Turner with 16, Nembhard 11 and 17 for Halliburton, 11 for McConnell off the bench, and 14 for Mathurin off the bench. That's just not enough. Like you said, not enough firepower to even compete with these
not gonna
guys.
get it done, man. And it's gonna put you in situations where even if it does get done, you're still gonna be depending on a miracle shot in the last 30 seconds. You're never gonna have the lead in a game if that's the kind of production you're getting, or it's gonna be like that miracle. You get a lead with 1 second left in the game. So shout out to OKC, man. They tied the thing up. Headed to Naptown.
123-107 over the Pacers. OKC,
Yes,
and I
sir.
think they should be super confident going into Naptown
You would
now
think.
after game 2. Yep, you would definitely think
You would
that.
think. Yeah, you would think. Still in one at home, that's they look. Let me tell you this: series don't really start if somebody win on the road, and they did that game 1. So
Mm-hmm.
it's more pressure now on OKC to get one in Indianapolis, or else I think it's 3-1 real quick.
Real quick,
Quick. Chico, I got to
Hey.
tell you this, brother.
Yeah.
Shout out to Big Dog Chico. We did a reaction video last night for week 1. Appreciate everybody that tuned in, over 300 plus watching it live, and the thousands upon thousands of views 24 hours later. We're going to keep bringing y'all those at the culmination of each week. But get this, dog, Chico. I'll be trying to tell the people, Chico.
Uh-oh.
I tell the people.
Gotta
The
sit
people
up in
won't
our chair
listen
now.
no long. They see this gray hair. They think I dyed it in there. This is wisdom. Chico, you look at the calendar me and you go by, the one that June, July, August, all these days in it. It looked like it's about 100 days till we play Georgia Tech. But in that 100 days, Chico, ain't but 20 more workouts. Ain't but 20 more workouts. You know what I'm counting? When you look at what's left in summer 1, what you get to do in July with summer 2, you don't have but 20 more workouts before fall camp starts. You do not have the time you think you have in college football.
Nah, you'll see that a post saying 95 days or 100 days or whatever, and you be like, okay, I still got time. No,
Yeah.
when you break it down like that, you're like, okay, dang, I got to take advantage of
Uh,
these 20, and I need to take advantage of the days that we are off
yep.
because it's really not off days. You need to be putting in some work there. You can't be 4th of July weekend like I'm just gonna go hard, eat what I want to eat, and then I'll go hard when I get back to no, dog. Stay disciplined
I mean, I,
throughout
I,
that
I
whole
missed out.
time.
I missed the opportunity, Chico.
Yeah,
I love I love my little white boy in the backseat of the car. Say one more time that we got time.
we got time.
Well, shit.
Oh,
Well, shit. Chico.
I didn't know where we was going with that one right there. I was
No,
like, hold down.
you don't. Labor Day weekend will be here for you. You know it. Georgia Tech comes to town on a Friday. I think that's August 29th, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
So it's here, man. It is upon us. It is upon us. So
Real
we got
fast.
summer session 1 going on now. Week 2 will start tomorrow. So of course, the Pregame Network, the morning run, Big Dog Chico, UNKandCHICO. We will bring you all the stuff from that and catch us next weekend, with a real good recap of everything. But things are off to a good start at Colorado, man. Big recruit weekends coming up as well. These
Mm-hmm.
next 3 weekends. So it's business as usual in college football, baby.
Yes, indeed. And Shonda Woodson, you exactly right. We talked about that on our reaction show yesterday. George Seaton is built like an action figure. He's ready, and he's looked like he's NFL ready right now as a sophomore coming in. So shout
Yeah,
out to
so I
George
mean,
Seaton.
it's like it seems so long ago. The first snap of his first spring game, and the guy got by him for a quote unquote spring game sack.
Oh yeah,
And the Jordan Seaton that you see now, the growth, the leadership, the growth in body, the growth in technique, the growth in mindset. Like he came there a man child and do the man now, man.
definitely a
Him
man.
child.
You don't want to be lined up across him,
No,
across
that
from him like
reach, the
that, man.
footwork, man, the strength, what he has turned his body into. Shout out to Coach Swayze with the offseason program for him, to really lean him up and build him up and bulk him up in the right places. His workout partner, in rack 1 right there is no other than Tyler Brown, Rock. They're positioned together in the workout. So you can't ask for a better partner if you're trying to get strong.
I'm telling you, and Jordan already has the IQ and the talent and the footwork, like you said, and everything. You get in there with Tyler Brown and get as strong as him. You talk about #1 draft pick in the NFL, man. He already
Mhm.
has what it takes. So just add that in there. And I love the way he's challenging his other offensive linemen too. The young guys that's coming in, the transfers that's coming in. It's almost like he's challenging himself to say, hey, man, I'm going to show these guys what it's like here at Colorado. I'm going to be the standard and I'm going to hold them to it. I'm not they're going because a lot of guys have seen Colorado from afar before they even transferred in. So I've heard people say when they got there, they'll say, "Oh, I've seen that before. I've been here before," or that looks familiar because of all the stuff they've seen on tape. They've seen the players too, and the players know this, and so they want to be the part that be the perception and look the part and hold up the standard that Coach Prime has and the pride for themselves when these other guys come in. You know what I mean? So, shout out to him for having that about himself. Jordan and the other guys.
Absolutely, man. Shout out to Big Dog Chico with the Jordan Seaton braids. The
I've
back is
heard
a little
Jordan
different, but
Seaton, Rasheed Wallace, Allen Iverson,
exhibit.
Exhibit. Who else? Who next? Arquette. No. All right, we're gonna go to
No, somebody did hit R. Kelly the other night,
we
though.
have no, they
No,
didn't.
they did in the chat. Yes, they did.
I think it was you.
No, they said this the Unc and R. Kelly show, and I just bust out laughing, and I ain't want to encourage it.
Come on and braid my hair. Oh, we have somebody back in the green room. You want to go ahead and introduce this young, great fellow right here?
My main man, Reginald Calhoun Jr. You have seen his new series on the Pregame Network, The Business of Athletes, sitting down and breaking down what NIL means, what it means to athletes. And now we're going to talk about this latest and greatest thing, the House settlement. And like I said before, it's not House, it's in House of Representatives. That's the last name of the young man, the swimmer who filed the lawsuit. Reggie Calhoun Jr. is joining us on UNKandCHICO Live. Reggie Jr.
What up? What up, y'all?
What it do, fam?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Can't complain at all.
Yeah. How you feeling on this Sunday?
Man, it's Sunday. You know, you can't get too upset on a Sunday. It's chill day.
Yeah, we don't get too many of those, Reg.
This is true. This is true.
You know, Reg, before we deep dive into it, man, you know, I know folks have been watching your new series on the network and comments have been, you know, extremely positive.
Great job, too.
Break down to them how you got to where you are so they understand, like they say on Rush Hour, the words that are coming out of your mouth are coming from experience.
Yeah. So, you know, basically, I've been in this space for over a decade, right? So it's just a new name. Right? NIL to me is not something new. It's what I've been doing. So I actually come from the business world. So entrepreneur, left high school, left college, started my own companies. Just started learning about how the business works, kept up with the rules from 2018 till now. So I've watched everything change from the portal being approved to NIL being approved, when NAIA approved NIL in 2020. So all those things became like a intriguing concept for me. I'm not a politic guy, so this is probably as close as politics that I'll get, right? So, you know, I like to watch structure, and I'm a real structure guy, right? So I like to, you know, A to B to C, and then how do you, you know, make all of them work together. You know, I'm just one of them people that look at everything not from how everybody else looks at it. I call myself more of a contrarian. So here we are now. I've been preparing for this moment for about 4 or 5 years now. I knew eventually that there was going to be some rules that needed to change, but it didn't change for the worse. It actually made it a lot more, you know, flowing in a sense.
Yeah, I love it, man. One thing you hear when you talk about medicine and when you talk about law, and I'm gonna add this space that you in. You know, they say I practice medicine. They say I practice law because every year something is changing, whether it's technology in medicine or a law on the books in law. So you never master it. You got to always be practicing it. And you know, just last year, a year and a half ago, collectives were the biggest thing, the biggest news, and now it's like, you know, whatever. We waiting on this house settlement. And so, you know, how do you stay abreast, tip of the iceberg for this ever changing momentum?
You always have to ask why, right? So getting down to the root cause of why were collectives even around, right? Why were we paying these athletes? Why are we talking about salary caps? Why is the government now involved? Why did the NCAA drop the ball? So those things are like keeps me, you know, diving and not going down a rabbit hole, but really getting to the root cause of why everything is actually where it's at right now, so that I'm not operating from the surface level and being reactionary. I'm focusing on why is this even happening, right? And that's why you talk about like being in medicine. They always ask, why is this patient here? Why is this happening? So you're always asking why, so that you really can come up with a real legit diagnosis and a solution.
Reg, how you doing, Reg?
Good, man.
Man, shout out to you, man. I appreciate what you're doing. Great information. I want to start out right here. If I'm a young player and I'm watching this, I'm a 2026 class of 2026 guy. What advice would you give to me after this decision just came about, you know, moving forward? You know, I'm able to get recruited. You got some Power 4 schools sending me letters, giving me offers. What would be maybe your top 3 things you would advise me?
Go back to the schools that were offering you, who were throwing those big contracts out, and then verify if this was a revenue share contract or was it a collective contract. Where is most of my money coming from, right? Because you have to know where the school values you, because you'll know if it's 80% outside money, you know where you stand at from a value to the team, right? Then do I really need an agent? Right. So you have to ask yourself, am I entering into a situation where I need an agent to represent me from negotiation, or was the school as transparent as possible so I feel comfortable going to them with the deal that they presented? Probably the third one really would just be, you know, do I see myself being at this school for the long haul? And if not, how much will it cost me to transfer?
Yeah, great, great. Because let's just say here, when you spoke about the agent, that kind of hit home to me, coming out of college. But you're saying guys now going into college, that may be a situation where they can have an agent or they may need an agent.
Yeah, yeah.
Goodness
So
gracious.
even if you look at it from the agent standpoint, right? Most agents are practicing law and they're doing contract negotiations, right? So I
Mhm.
think we also have to understand that an agent is not who gets you money. An agent is who looks at your contract, negotiates the terms in the contract. They're not
Mhm.
negotiating the money, right? And I think that's where a lot of the disconnect happened. It was like, I need an agent to negotiate my dollars. You're not
Yeah,
negotiating money. Like those numbers are usually already set,
right.
right? They're already kind of in a range. So yes, you can have an agent, but are they there to represent and advise you, or are they there to mess up your opportunity? Because a lot of these agents are actually getting in the way and
Mhm.
causing a lot of friction. And I think they have good intentions, and they watch these movies like Jerry Maguire and Moneyball and all those things, and they think this is what I'm supposed to be doing. But if I'm an athlete leaving high school, I'm only looking to get an agent who's practicing law to understand what these new contracts look like from a school side, right? Because the
Okay.
contracts from the school are not just, we want you to come play ball and we're going to make you do a few posts. There's a lot of legalities in that and legalese that you have to understand what you're signing up for, not just paying you to, be around. Because now you're entering into a deal with a public institution or a private one. So this is no longer just Joe's Pizza, right?
Right.
This is
Yeah,
a
right.
university that's been around for 100+ years. So the stakes are higher.
Yeah. So let's go to Friday night. I just happen to have a blue pen in my hand. I keep a blue pen red. That way I know the original. I'm old school like that. Sign in blue. That way they can't fake the copy on me. When the judge signed the settlement order Friday night, what changed?
So it didn't change anything, right? It just enforced structure. So when we're talking about what changed, the only thing that changed is that now there are guardrails, and it put athletes into classes, right? So you have the back pay group, right? That's the 2016, guys who want to get their back pay. Then you
Mhm.
have the groups from sports. You got men and women's football. Well, men's basketball, and women's basketball and football are categories within their own. Then you have the Olympic classes, but then you have this 2020 and beyond for 10 years. So you got 2020 to 2030, right? Those those groups are treated differently. So you got the back pay group, you have the revenue support group, and then you have the future group. So all of the 2026 classes and the 27s. So those people are all categorized in separate groups, and they got to be treated differently. Um, then there's salary cap. We could call it that, but it's just a budget, right? So we can
Hmm.
say schools have up to $20.5 million, which increases about 4% every year. That is not a Title IX thing. That's just revenue. It has to be spread across all sports if the school so chooses. So it
Hmm.
also left it up to the school to determine how they're going to spend their money, right? So of course, your major sports will receive dollars.
Yeah,
So
sure. I mean,
it,
it
it, it
just
didn't
it,
change nothing. Just really structured everything into lanes.
yeah. I mean, the three of us don't have a title of athletic director, but it just stands to make common sense that if I get up to 20.5 million and I got to divide this among sports, the lion's share of it is going to go to who brings in the lion's share of the revenue. That's going to be football, and then men and women basketball, and so forth and so on. So, I just think it's interesting now, Reg, that going forward, like Chico was talking about, a high school senior now will be going into college and playing for a university that's in the quote unquote Power Four, Power Five, and I'm dealing with those because via the settlement, those are the ones who have to do it,
Yep.
and so you go to one of those institutions, you're going to get bread as an athlete just being on the team. There's no longer going to be scholarship like limits per se. It's going to be roster limits. It's going to be managed, differently with this money coming in. So, and then all that has to balance and not negatively impact Title IX sports as well. So, at the end of the day, you're going to be a freshman playing college football and making more than your mom and daddy make just being on the team.
Yeah.
He ain't lying.
Yeah.
And that's
facts.
outside of your personal NIL because this doesn't have anything to do with this.
Yes, and let's break that down too. So
Please do.
NIL and revenue share are two different things, right? So NIL is you. That's when you go out to your local car dealership, your pizza joint, the Gatorades, the Nikes. All those people are working with you because of who you are. The school is only sharing a part of the revenue with you based on, we can say, your athletic profile, not how you perform in the game, but your profile, right? Does your profile increase the value of the team? Does you being on our team bring more eyeballs and get us on TV more, right? And that's where the conversation has to go, because your NIL for a athletic team is going to always be different for an NIL to a private business, right? So you got to just look at like where you are on the roster versus your followers on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Those are, the school isn't paying you because you have 100,000 followers, right? That's just not one of those leverage points that you'll have in negotiations. So
And I want to
understanding
hop
that
in, Reg, and still stress and stress this and get you to stress it because you're the expert here. So correct me if I'm wrong. Not only is the school not paying you for your number of followers, that's not going to influence it. The number of yards you rushed ain't going to influence it either. This is not pay for play.
nope.
Like the NCAA, for the first time in history, whereas it is allowing schools to pay its athletes, you can't pay for performance or based on performance.
Right.
That's the place.
And that's what we have to also define what that means too. So paying for play means we're not paying you to run for 100 yards a game. We're not paying you to, catch passes. We're paying you because the lawsuit says the athletes felt they were being publicized without being compensated. So TV commercials on the stadium billboards, the flags in the community, on posters, team, like all those things where they were utilizing your name, image, and likeness.
Mm-hmm.
No one got compensated for that. We're not paying you because ESPN is coming to do this game. You're gonna be in the game, so we're gonna calculate how much you should get from the ESPN deal. That is not how that works, right? So, any agent who comes and talks like that, you gotta just give them the blank
Run.
like that's not what you're gonna go. Like, yes, that's how the school makes money, but they're not saying, oh yeah, based on ESPN's viewership, you were in the game. That is not what's happening here. Right?
Let me ask this, because based off what you said, and maybe you can break it down a little bit more for me. You said that school would pay you, will split the revenue with you based off your profile, based off of the eyes that you can bring to the school, is what you said?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you said that, my question is, if I'm a guy who has 100,000 followers on Instagram and I'm a recruit coming in, doesn't technically, I could bring more eyeballs to you because I have all these followers? So
Great question.
Actually help?
Great question, right? So you gotta look at it from how I see it too. If a kid is a highly recruited athlete, every school he goes to on a visit, that fan base is gonna follow him. So just because you have 100,000 followers, but you've been on 42 visits, so those followers are from 42 different schools. They're not going to be watching you because who are the fans that are going to watch you because they've been following you since high school? And that's when we start looking at engagement level. Y'all know how engagement works, right?
Yeah.
So we're not, if you want to play I got the follower game, then let's play the engagement game.
Right.
And where they coming from, right? Pull your data and show me that, hey, 42% of my followers are actually from the region where we're playing at, and they've been Then do we really want to play that level of business? And most of them don't. So this is why I'm setting it out there that we don't want to play I got 100,000 followers, let's get there, because there's some back end data that should come with that if you're gonna leverage that as one of your pieces.
And also,
Thank you for that.
let's consider this. Great question, Chico, and profound answer. We have to consider this, that not only what you just articulated, Reggie, because these followers will be coming from anywhere. When you get on that team and you're in that realm, you look at a guy in Colorado like Ben Finison, just Mr. Personality. Ben probably doesn't have 100,000 Instagram followers, but he's going to be promoted by the program because of how he navigates the system and carries himself and his personality, swag, etc. So it is not, just like we say, it's not yardage based that you rush for. It's not a calculation of how many followers you got either. It's a aggregate totality of all these things and how it's looked at and negotiated. I do want to touch on some to the folks out there listening in chat, because we keep throwing this $20.5 million at, and some people call it salary cap. I'm with you. It's more like a budget. This is what you get to spend this year, and it's going to grow 4% each year. How that was arrived at, y'all, was everyone that was in the Power 5, now the Power 4, plus Notre Dame, they looked at, okay, what is 22% of y'all's budget, that revenue you bring in? And that's what we're going to set aside to get shared with the player. So, like, hey, this I know about 22%. Like, I've been on child support before. Like, I've been divorced. So I know how they calculate their revenue. So they're going to look at, we got all these schools together that was in the Power 5, and your budgets vary, incomes vary. But if you look at the average, 22% represent about $20.5 million. So we're going to make y'all set that aside to share with the athletes, because the athletes are how you made it in the first place. So that's how they came up with that number in the settlement.
Yeah. Same way with the league. You know that the league has a salary cap based on the revenue from the previous year. There's a percentage that goes to the athlete's salary, right? So just because they made X amount don't mean athletes get a percentage of all of that. There's a carved out piece. Then it's distributed across the teams. Then each team has to remain up under this budget. The difference is they only have to pay one sport. In college, that is for all sports, right? Yeah. And then some sports don't make enough revenue. So it's like, I get the arguments.
Hold on, Reggie. Hold on now. You said you wasn't no politician, but you got real politically correct there. You said some sports don't make enough. Some sports don't make none, Reggie. Some sports do not bring in a single dollar of profit to the institution. But, and I'm not knocking it because I got daughters, I believe in Title IX. You have to have sports for everybody, but you have non-revenue as a non-profit generating sport. But they got to get paid.
Yeah. But there's always money, right? They're just not gonna. You just have to like be realistic and say, I'm not gonna get whatever. This is not a equal thing, right? This is simply just equity, right? We're not. Everybody gets the same equal share because everybody's not doing the same equal work, right? You know, so it's just there's going to be a lot of education that the schools will have to provide now, because you're going to have families that's coming in. They're going to just see Twitter. They're going to see YouTube. They're going to see ESPN. They're going to show up to their school and say, well, this is what somebody said. So the education has to really be on par based on what your school does.
I saw a quote, and I want to share this with you, man, because I 100% concur. And when you said the schools are going to have to adapt and adjust, we got to also adapt and adjust to beware of predators. Let me read this to you. IJD254 says, he's speaking of you, a true athlete advocate. Most people NIL are as predators. For uneducated athletes, make themselves money or make the school money. If you listen to this brother, he's focused on empowering the athletes. And that's the part I want to touch on about my next question. You know, every time you have one of these rule changes, you have these people who pop up as experts and, you know, they billing players and milking players and telling families they can do this and the other, but not really doing it like you're doing it from an empowering the athlete with information. What steps can families take with this new ruling to be like, hey, as Wu-Tang says, protect your neck, watch out for people just out there hustling?
Yeah, so I wouldn't get too into the weeds with the settlement, right? Because that's a lot of like legal jargon. Now, you should be asking the agent questions like, what's your process, right? How do you get me to this school? What was the last deal you did? Walk me through. Like, you want to interview them because, like I said on one of my videos, they're going to work for you.
You don't work for them.
Like they can't come and tell you get in the portal and then we'll figure it out, right? No, what's your process? Like if I do make this move, what's your workflow to make sure that my kid's protected, compliant, right? Or if you're saying things like I can get you deals, do they understand what the clearinghouse is? Do they understand the ramifications of if you do not report these deals correctly, you're going to be ineligible? Is this agent even bonded? Right, from a level of insurance, does this agent have the qualifications that if things go south, can you sue him for the protection? Because you being ineligible has nothing to do with the school. You made a mistake. But if you did it under the advisement from this agent, they should be at fault and they should be on the hook as well. So you got to also look at, I'm protecting my enterprise. So this is where, as a family, we're sitting down and saying the pros and cons of somebody's decisions, having my kid in their hands. Are we really to take that risk?
Rich, I have a question that someone asked me, if you don't mind, and I couldn't answer it right off. They said, why does it start at 2016 and go up? What about people before that? And I was like, well, if they, I don't know, So do you know the answer to that? Why is it starting at 2016?
I don't have an answer on that, but I can speculate that that's really when the TV deals kicked in. Like that's really when they started like popping off on the big TV deals, right? Like you started seeing like a lot more money come in. The social media got popping. Like a lot of things happened in 2015, 2016-ish, where there was more money being put into the space, right? So you can't quantify what somebody in 1999 was going to make. Like that is, we weren't even like watching TV like that, and the conferences weren't as in multiple markets as they are now, right? You got to also look at like, I think like 2014, the Longhorn Network became a thing. So then individual teams started getting like their own media. So those things played a part in, this is when the money really kicked in, right? But do I think that everybody should get something? Yeah, but do you want to quantify what 1987 was getting, right?
That's like opening up, what they say, that's opening up Pandora's box.
Pandora's box.
Not Shaquanda.
Yeah, not Shaquanda's box.
What they say is
Then we got to keep it a thigh while. We got to keep it a filtered back nasty. The guys who were getting it in anyway. The whole team may not have been getting this, and it wasn't necessarily coming direct from the schools as it was the boosters and friends of the program, but you better believe we don't have to sit here and tabulate what we owe Johnny Manziel for that. Like he got it. Like Vince Young got it, so it ain't a lot of figuring there. Reg, man, as always, brother, man, just when you and I chop it up in the office, appreciate your intellect and your deep dive on stuff. And man, I know the folks who have been watching, the business of athletes, I can look at the comments and tell they've been enjoying it. Let them know, man, what's more to come from you in that aspect and what you got going. Because I know you're traveling and speaking. So you had to grab it tonight because you about to be like in London somewhere speaking. So.
Man, so basically, like, Friday really solidified all the things that I've been building out, system and structure, operating from a standpoint of checks and balances. So now schools, agents, anybody who we're now integrating into this system, I want them to be on the up and up. So, you'll hear me talk a lot more about structure and systems and rules and frameworks and how a school, whether you have a big budget, a small budget, can operate in this space, right? So I really want, those few episodes were just like setting the stage. But now it's like, as I talk more about how things should look, it won't be from theory. It'll be straight from legal doc.
So look, y'all make sure, man, go to the gram, go to Twitter, go to YouTube, look up the Business of Athletes, check out his segments on his channel, like, share, subscribe there. We redrop it on the Pregame network so you can catch it there. But just all things Reggie Calhoun Jr., man, y'all make sure y'all tap in and lock in, because this is just the beginning. I mean, you talk about what? Since 1906, the NCAA has said this would not happen. We ain't paying athletes. And boom, Friday night, a federal judge said, "Yeah, you are. We are in uncharted territory, uncharted waters, but we got a good captain. We got Reggie Calhoun Jr. gonna navigate us through this thing."
Boom.
Will we see? Do you think we'll see more from this? Not just like this won't be the end of the paying the players and the revenue splitting and things like that. Do you see?
Oh no, you're gonna have a lot of people that's gonna try to break the rules, who are gonna think that this is the old NCAA way, and they're gonna see that these people are not part of the NCAA, and they have no idea what sports means. All they know is in that black and white. This is what it is, and you broke it. There's gonna be no no plan.
Hey, Reg, let me put my conspiracy that hat on. We're still working on our conspiracy soundtrack. Let me tell you what's coming next. It's already bubbling out there. To play college sports, one must be in college. Agree?
Yeah.
Right. You ain't lying.
One must have like the GPA, whatever the rules are to participate. But the biggest thing is you have to literally be in school. Now, from a college, for-profit college, what all these state institutions are, you can get multiple degrees. You can stay in college really a long time and be a legit student.
Yep.
Now that I have name, image, and likeness, and I can be compensated while I'm a student, watch the next wave be how dare y'all limit my eligibility. Because you're limiting the amount of money I can make by saying I only got this amount of years to make it. As long as I'm in school, I should be able to do it. You're going to have 10-year students in the future.
Oh yeah, it's happening now. And then you got to also make sure that on the athlete side, are you guys keeping up with your age and your skill? Because the older you get, you can't still do the same things you did as a college kid. So if you want to be in that college environment, you have to actually be performing at a professional level, which professional mind, professional training, you have to be a professional, although this isn't professional sports, if you want to dive into the I can be in college for 10-year game.
Well, I'm going to tell you this, Reg. It ain't a professional sport until they start getting paid. Now they're getting paid. It is a professional sport. Because I can remember when I used to cut grass as an amateur because my daddy never paid me. And then that one time he gave me $10 for doing it. I said, shit, I'm a pro now. Because that's the whole
but also the expectations changed. Because when it was free,
he
was like, oh, that's my son, that's cool. He can mess up. I come behind him. Now I'm paying you money. I ain't got to come behind you. It need to be done the correct way because you know better.
Hey.
Supposed to, at least.
Yeah, expectations and standards when that bread get broke. That's Reggie Calhoun Jr., man. You know the door is open to you anytime on UNKandCHICO Live or the Morning Run or wherever you want to stop by. Safe travels to you this week on your speaking engagements. Again, y'all can catch him on the Business of Athletes all week long on Instagram, Twitter, his YouTube channel, and the Pregame Network. Reg, we appreciate you, man.
All right, y'all.
All right, appreciate you, Reg.
Jr.
Indeed. Hey guys, you guys learned something on UNKandCHICO tonight.
And it didn't have nothing to do with rentals or breaking no church window.
I was just about to say that, and it wasn't anything like that. So, hey, as Bubba Dub would say, come here. Y'all learn something tonight.
What he say?
Come here. Bubba Dub tripped me out. He was at the Colorado game on the sideline. Dub said, come here.
Yeah, boy. You is hell, boy. Yeah, man. Interesting times, new times. July 1. Break that bread.
Break that bread, dog. Man. Oh. What we gonna do, guys? All of us who played before 2016, we gotta come together. We gotta come together and say, hey man, we need something. Give us $150 at a bucket of chicken or something. Give us the EA Sports game free or something. Let us into the games for free or something.
In the words of Coach Prime, when I sent him a video of Chuck Bishop, Dr. Chuck Bishop, aka Booty Arm running the 40, he said I wouldn't give him a 3-piece and a biscuit.
They gotta give us up, dog.
No, dog.
Hey, we gotta come together.
No, dog.
Who was it? House versus NC? It's gonna be Cleveland versus quarter pointed lawyer.
Dismissed.
Get out of here. Listen, man, we're gonna offer you a settlement right now for this stuff not to go public.
I tell you what, this is gonna be the settlement right here. You can walk your black ass out of here, or you gonna have to pay these parking tickets.
You can take the elevator, you can take the steps. Which way you want to go? You got the steps
the damn window.
On the window.
You go get out of here. You
This
go
damn
get out of
porta
here.
lawyer, y'all. Shorter with a corduroy suit. Where you going? Hey, come on now, dog.
Hey, I'm telling y'all, man, just get ready. Just we will see what these numbers are, because they're just certainly going to be what the different schools value and what they do. So you're going to have this $20.5 million set aside.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be divided based on how the school see fits amongst the teams and the institutions. Like, this is just a working model. Schools ain't got to do this. Like, it ain't got to be that way. But you're really going to be looking at potentially, let me pull Georgia out there, where just being on the football team in Georgia is $65,000 to $75,000 a year. 2 years.
Goodness gracious.
And now this is going to sound crazy when I say it, but you have to remember that it's less players. The next sport that generates revenue is men's basketball. You only get about 10 or 15 on the team. They're going to be making about 100, 110.
Oh, my God.
Can you imagine Chico being a freshman shooting guard?
You know what?
Making $100,000 a year to be in college.
All this does is makes my point once again for the business babies. All y'all 6 foot and up women, get with a 6'2" and up man and make you a business baby. You talking about love? I love him. Got me a short king and all this. Shout out to the short king.
He said a short king.
Shout out to the.
What they finna come at your head, Chico?
They finna come at me. All my termites finna come at me, but it's all I got love for you. But I'm talking about the 6 feet women that be out here. I can't find nobody. Yes, you can.
Andre Walker, Chico made that graphic when you saw a colon instead of a period, instead of a decimal point.
Yeah. No. Actually, it was ChatGPT, and I couldn't get it to correct it. I saw that. I said, damn, I can't get it to correct that. So we're going to have to rock with it. If somebody see it, they see it. It's all right.
All right, Chico, I rocks with you regardless. I don't care about your typos. I don't care about your Shaquana box instead of Pandora box. I don't care, Chico.
It was Shaquana box.
I don't care. You probably had some Shaquana box. That's when you got sick.
He ain't lying.
You need to stay away from Shaquana box. That's what happened.
All right. I almost said, speaking of box, we're going to bring on, but no, we're not going to say that. We got to rewind.
It's not time I say, and I love how you always say, I almost said, and then you go ahead and still say it. I almost said it's about your mama. I almost said your mama ugly, but I ain't going to say that. All right, Chico, come on. Next segment.
It's late night, and we got little fingers coming on.
Oh, so we don't went from education to miseducation now.
Ooh, no, you did.
The miseducation of Lauryn Hill, one of the greatest albums ever. Compliment.
My dog said miseducation coming up now.
I mean, and I was coming out here to give y'all somewhat of a compliment to be like, oh my God, y'all aren't just full of ignorance. Look how intelligent y'all sound, and then you're gonna come at me. Don't come for me unless I send for you.
I was just saying,
Ollie was backstage all happy.
You.
Ollie was backstage smiling, all happy, and we go to introduce her. She get prepped up.
But here's
we
what
go to
I'm
introduce her.
saying.
She's like, what the hell?
Here, how do I get it?
What the hell? What the hell? What the hell, on?
For quoting an album, and he get to say next we got coming up some good box, and don't nobody say nothing to him.
No, I did. I said I'm not gonna say that.
But you said it.
I can say it, but I didn't say it.
But I'm the
way that I was
misinformation.
thinking about saying it.
I said miseducation. We went from education to miseducation because we're going to entertainment.
And
the miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
And he meant MS period education. Come on now, dog. I got your back.
No, I meant, yeah.
Miseducation.
Mrs. Like MISS. Like Miss America.
Yes.
Miseducation. We're going from education to
just quit while you hit. Neely, in the famous words of Uncle Neely, just put your shovel down. Just
what is
it,
Uncle? What is it?
Me and you vibrate on a high plane. They just ain't on our level, man.
We up here with it.
We got to slow this thing down. We got to talk to them where they at.
Be like Jesus, Neely. Be like Jesus, UNKandCHICO. Meet people where they are.
What we got to do? Cause like if the aliens landed tonight, they'll talk to me at Chico. They not gonna talk to y'all.
I'm sure they would. They are probably y'all are the aliens.
They're like, we need some experts. We need some people that we can communicate.
We need some ignorance. Where is that? Y'all are the aliens, the other life form. Anyway, hey out there. And y'all, hello, happy Sunday. Mean people just start you off wrong. Where is the love? Where's the love? I came with my pretty flower on. I was trying to be all dressed up today. Y'all
is that considered a fascinator?
No, this one isn't a fascinator. Well, yeah, I guess it is kind of sort of.
It's like a fast.
Are you fascinated? Are you fascinated?
It's just a fast.
This is a fast, no nader. Lord, I'm turning to y'all. How are you all doing today?
We're doing good tonight. How are you? How was how your feet?
What happened to my feet?
I mean, I just saw that you had one foot with a 6-inch heel and another foot without one. I don't know. I only know what y'all bring. If you don't post it, I don't know it.
Let me tell y'all, I just want to say to all the people out there, does anybody else have shoes that are dry rotting because you're now putting them back on to go out after COVID or whatever, when you didn't wear shoes and didn't go nowhere? And now you put stuff on and it's just, they don't work no more. I
saw Lil Duval post something like that where he wore some old shoes and they completely ripped off the bottom.
But wait a minute, Chico. Hold on, slow down. My alien intellect. You saw who?
Lil Duval on
And then we got little fingers. Maybe this is only happening to little people.
I know your shoes is doing whatever. Maybe you don't even have shoes.
I got something on right now.
Yeah, I don't have any shoes. All I have is slippers.
That's what happened. Y'all had them same slippers and shoes on during the COVID.
But all I know is, to the chat out there, if y'all follow Arlie on the gram, she had a video of her walking, and on one foot she was like 5'11", on the other foot she was 4'2".
My shoe just came off. I was like, oh my God. And I was so cute. Y'all saw my picture when I was cute in my little dress.
City Trend.
No, these were good shoes.
Oh, pick
a finger. Pick a finger.
Pick a finger. We sorry, Arlie. Go ahead, Arlie. Chuck didn't come on tonight, Arlie, so somebody had to get it.
God, where is Booty Arm? Why he ain't here to get it?
He said something about that he was chafing.
His wife said he can play with y'all no more.
And the crease in his arm was chafing, and so he had to go put some Blue Star on it.
No, his wife said, yeah, he couldn't play with y'all no more because she was sick of it. I'm sick of it.
Yeah. She said you can't go in there.
Going with them ignorant, chilling. My husband has a doctorate. He don't know what them fools. It's a big fool.
Go to her gram and pull up the little video. Look, I say little video.
My video was not little. Just because you tall, you was tall. Your daddy was tall. Your mama not that tall.
I don't have no dry rot shoes though. Like
you have had to have some people out in the chat know somebody went to put on some good heels. Maybe it's heels. I don't know. They were good shoes, but I'm gonna get them fixed. I'm gonna take them to the cobbler so I can get them fixed.
Lord have mercy.
Because I love those little shoes. They red.
The cobbler?
Yes.
What's the cobbler?
People who fix your shoes.
That's like 1776 for shoe repair. The cobbler.
Right. That's where you go up in there and
you go next to the candlestick maker. What are we doing?
With the hat folded up in your hand.
Said to me, they said you're gonna take them to the cobbler. And I said, yes.
Your daddy or something. The cobbler.
That sounds like a.
Put that volume on it, Chico. Put that volume on it.
The cobbler.
Let her testify.
I don't know if we can do.
First time with this shoe issue. I need everybody to take up a collection about Arlie new shoes. Thank you. Stars and starlets. First of all, happy Sunday. Y'all know I got a story to tell. I should have done it yesterday, but I was rushing and it was storming. Let me tell y'all what happened. So I put on my cute little outfit to go to Sundresses and Seersuckers.
You be killing them. You be killing them, girl. You be killing them.
I hope we don't get copyrighted.
I have on this very cute shoe. I'm walking out of the house and guess what happens? It's all I got.
Damn.
This part didn't come
Damn.
off. So now
Watch this
walking one-footed. Let me show you how to
do it. She walked out the court like Kobe did when he tore his Achilles, but he didn't want no help.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate when that happened. That's like that has happened to me, and that was even before COVID. I had it on a pair. I was going to class one day. When I was in law school, and I was walking into class, and I kept looking down, and I saw like crumbles, and I was like, somebody got mud on their feet. Still walking. Finally, my shoe has and I bought these shoes from Nordstrom, so they were not cheap shoes. But somehow, I don't know what happened, but baby, I didn't have no shoe underneath there. This girl in my class worked for she was one of the little not bottle girls, but had some Malibu flip flops. I'm walking around in law school with some Malibu rum flip flops on in law school. It was terrible. It's terrible. I didn't see your little comment. Pick a finger. Pick a finger. Pick a finger.
This ain't my first time with this shoe issue.
Hey, Chico, Chico, I'm gonna tell you when to pause it. I hit play. I'm telling you when to pause it.
I need everybody to take up a collection about early new shoes.
We're doing our reaction.
We'll go react to this right now. Why didn't you just cut off the other one and have you some flats?
Because it was gonna tear up the shoe further, and then I wasn't gonna be able to ever get it fixed.
What? Okay. All right. Maybe I don't know. But okay. I got.
If I be walking on the wrong, it's like driving on your tire. Doesn't it mess up your rim?
Pause it. Zoom.
What is? Oh Lord!
I'm gonna find some cracks. I'm gonna find some ash.
Yeah, those feet are actually done pretty well.
You ain't about to find no cracks.
We can find out. Let's see.
I know how much time in the shoes.
Okay, that's just a little glare right there. I thought that might be a little chalk. They pass inspection.
OnlyFans on the heels. Get you OnlyFans heels.
I got clavicles and heels.
Now we might have to pause on the heels judging by these last shoes, though. We might have to.
Now I remember. You know what? That was you that said something about the clavicles in it because
it was me. Clavicles and stylist. First,
it was mentioned on what was it on DNVR yesterday, right?
Yeah.
They talking about my clavicles.
They were asking me about clavicles, and it's a long joke. It's
not gonna make no sense to me. No. Okay.
The ignorance typically doesn't. Speaking of ignorance, how about the entertainment report?
Pick a finger. I be finding a camera. Pick a finger. Who am I fighting?
When did you do the resolve? You went back in to change shoes, or were you already at the event? Like what?
I always have an extra pair somewhere. Just
so you used to your shit paying up.
I'm used to.
Okay. Okay.
So I stay ready. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
That's one of them ones where you buy one, they just give you an extra pair. Like, hey, they're gonna mess up, so just take these as a case.
No, I've had them for some time. I'm a shoe person. Y'all don't understand. There used to be this place in Atlanta called Shoemaker's Warehouse. This is gonna make no sense. If you're from Atlanta, you know it's a place called Shoemaker's Warehouse. It was awesome. They always have like one of a kind shoes, but they closed down. But I'm always looking for one of a kind shoes. That wasn't necessarily a one of a kind. Huh? Right. That's why I go to the cobbler. Okay. So yeah, my shoe is broken, but I'm gonna fix it.
Sound like a villain in a cooking cartoon or something.
The cobbler.
He comes and steals all the cobbler from all of the people at nighttime.
Or as you said,
you don't steal the cobbler because the cobbler corner is the best part of the dish.
Yes, well, he is the corner cobbler stealer. That's how your shoe fall apart.
So what you got for us on the entertainment tip?
As always, we got to start. We don't have to start, but everybody is talking about it. You know, our boy, did he do it? Did he do it?
Diddler?
Did the Diddler do it?
Speaking of supervillains.
Right, gosh. So there have been a couple of just
somebody called the Punisher, use a villain.
Right. Well, still, that was his name. You know, my running joke is he had erectile dysfunction. How is he gonna be a Punisher?
Well, he said
that was his name from college. That was his name from college, basketball.
He said, you know, when Diddy's standing over there in the corner doing what he's doing, it's hard to perform like that. You know, I feel him on that. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Now you the man who said, so what we doing? I know you don't feel him on it.
What we doing?
No, I don't feel him on nothing. Take that.
Take that back.
We're gonna try to be professional and not interrupt you.
I'm telling you, man.
We're gonna try real hard. Okay, everybody. At 5, 6, 7, and we're gonna play the quiet game. Okay, here we go. Who gonna see win? Okay, so this time we've had Mia who was up, and we'll probably have our professional if Attorney Dawkins is out there, he can help us understand better why with the confrontation clause and the due process, you have the right to be confronted by your computer. Like you get the right to see who your accuser is. That's why people had to go to court all the time. You can't just be like, I'm gonna make a charge against you and then just go to court and nobody sees it. But for reasons that I'm quite still trying to research and understand, I think it's for these women's safety and security. We have two women that were on the scene. If you notice when they draw their pictures, they don't have a face. They just have like the shape and maybe the way their hair looked. Mia, who was on the stand 2 days last week, and Jane, who started out on Friday, will come back on tomorrow to continue her interrogation. She was a former girlfriend, and Mia was a former, she claims to have been a best friend, an assistant to him. And so they're giving testimony against, kidnapping. They're talking about hers were not Jane, who was on the stand Friday. Hers weren't called freak offs. Hers were called hotel nights. And she had, the same kind of symptoms. She had nipple got messed up because she got a nipple piercing because Diddy wanted her to get, he said it would be sexy, but then somehow her lingerie tore it. And so she got an infection. I know, ooh, that sounds like it hurts. She also talked about, UTIs and all kinds of things. And they apparently dated from 2021 to 2024. So this is a more recent relationship where Diddy is seen to be, there's not showing any abuse, but it's sexual
misconduct.
I was going to say misconduct, but it's just his preferences, his sexual preferences. And she was agreeing to the preferences because she said she loved him, wanted him to have whatever he wanted. And so that was sexing with other people. She said the longest time was 3 days in a row that he would give her ecstasy to make her stay up so they could perform. And it was just exact. Can y'all imagine having sex for 3 days straight?
Hell no.
I mean, right. So what we doing? Why are we doing it?
We do chafe like Chuck's booty on.
Oh my God. We all have Blue Story ointment everywhere. It would just be rubbed on all your
came out there and I heard it.
You heard? Shut up.
Ointment. She said ointment.
So they have a few audio recordings of Diddy, and they don't sound bad to me. It sounds like a boyfriend and a girlfriend having an argument. That's what it sounds like to me. She was mad about him taking some girl to work out, or some girl came to his house to work out. She goes off. You can't talk to me like that, and you need to get on your job. And him saying you need to get on your job because you got me on my job seems to everybody else to indicate, oh, well, you need to treat me better because I'm over here doing what you asked me to, because he pays her still to this day.
And do your job.
Right. So he's paying her $10,000 a month. Still. He paid like this month, June 1st, he gave her $10,000. Now, why he's still paying her?
That's got to be some high grade cat.
No,
he ain't even getting it. You still paying for it?
You feel me? Like, man,
I mean,
you paying for it from prison?
I just don't know what to say.
$10K a month. That's how she could.
I mean, she said that's how she paid for her living. I would like to be that good, please, Lord. That's $120,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
That's 6 figures.
So
anyway, Diddy was admonished by the judge in the court, which is interesting. He was seen staring at or looking at the jurors and kind of shaking his head, I guess, as Jane was on the stand. And
well, you can't do that.
So he can't do He can't do that. And the judge told him, if you keep on, you're not going to be in here to look at nobody for the rest of this case.
Because you can't make intimidating faces or any kind of influence in
any shape, form, or fashion. So Diddy got in trouble Thursday and Friday. Got in trouble Friday for that. So hopefully he'll keep his head forward. But that's weird to me. Let me tell you why. Because I need to show some kind of emotion. If I'm sitting there, you talking about I done stabbed it, slapped it, set this bomb on fire.
You can show emotion. You just can't look at the jury box.
And show emotion. Yeah. I know. It just feel like I need to. Y'all see, they lying on me. People feel like he's gonna break at some point in these stories.
Yeah.
Right, I would go R. Kelly on him. People feel like he's gonna break at some point because he's used to talking and being the big man and all this stuff. And for him to have to sit, can you imagine? This is day 18 of just continuous stuff about you.
Let me say this. And Diddy, I know you watching. In the words of Chico, they be watching. Diddy, if OJ can sit there and doodle in that legal pad, you better sit your ass there and doodle. Don't say nothing.
Doodle.
You better be quiet.
Doodle.
Do not be a disruptor in that class. Yeah.
Ain't nothing you say gonna help you.
No, do
What
it.
they tell you when they Mirandize you, everything you say can and
And
will be used against you. Did it? Did it? You need to look straight ahead, look at the flow. Don't help them. They got enough help.
Wave at your kids. I don't know. Yeah, so Diddy, they're trying to lay the groundwork. The famous attorney, Judge Mathis, said to has a podcast, I guess, and they asked him what he thought about it. And he said, well, I personally would give Diddy 5 to 10 years in state court, meaning the federal charges he doesn't believe have been proven with they haven't been proven with the necessity required to move him to this, RICO claims. So that's interesting. But he said he would give him, 5 to 10 years in state court. But he's not up on state crimes. He's up on federal crimes. So
I'm sorry, I wasn't
but
laughing.
he said Feist baby mama had a love contract with Diddy. Yeah. That's
before
what
that comment, somebody said they thought you had a Men on Films hat on. That's why I started laughing.
I did. So I was gonna wear that one because I had on a red dress at first, and then I changed clothes.
Oh, I know why you changed. I know why you didn't like it. I mean, I know why you didn't wear it.
Well, Nilly was gonna get at me, and I didn't want it all day. I just didn't.
Why didn't she wear it up?
I just didn't want it.
I got to go with her testimony. I've heard that before.
She didn't wear it because she hated it.
That's cute. That was cute.
2 snaps in a circle.
Yeah, I was gonna wear it because I just feel like you were gonna come for me. Call me with the little hands, and I was gonna be a little monkey. It feel like it's a little like I had some symbols.
That turn the little handle.
Yeah.
Crank her ass up.
But I actually had it on yesterday with my outfit, and everybody told me, "Oh my God, I love your whole look. Oh my goodness, it's a cute little hat. It's a fascinator. It's like a little hat.
Okay, it's fascinating.
Yeah,
we're gonna stop at the cobbler and see if they got another one.
Right, we're going by the cobbler that doesn't eat cobbler. So second up, y'all heard our boy Russell Simmons. He might not be our boy, but Russell Simmons is suing HBO Max for 20 mil, saying that they did not properly use information when they allowed the documentary to come out, talking about him having been an alleged sexual assaulter of women, and he is suing them, which I find interesting because I thought he was trying to lay low personally, just be over there in Thailand, live your best life, Zen, whatever. So I'm not sure why he's.
Can I tell Russell something?
Go ahead.
Tell Russell something.
You one shot.
Like I told you, because I know they're watching. Russ, stay where the hell you at.
Don't come over here.
Because if you get off a damn plane in America, you might get arrested
immediately.
Yeah, the block hot, Russ. The block hot. Wherever you live, you stay there.
Just enjoy your Zen.
Yeah.
Take your Zen on TV, sir.
Don't come over here. Just stay where you at and be like, hey man, thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. Good night.
Yeah, man. You ain't left nothing here, dog. Kids grown, like y'all straight.
They can come see you.
You're right. Yep. Invite people to come see you.
Come on,
what the hell you need to come back here for, man? Ain't nothing but a bunch of small people talking smack, bad food, taxes.
Between Epstein and Puffy, you might not want to come home right now.
Oh, come on. So yeah, if that lawsuit brings you here, drop it. Just be like, y'all won. Whatever, say what you want. I don't care. So yes, he has a lawsuit.
He shouldn't need any more money because he's getting what money from the hotel that he has out there where he is. I think in Bali, right?
I thought he was somewhere over there. I'm not exactly sure where he is. He don't even tell nobody where he is.
Let's go see Russ off season. February or March. Let's go see Russ.
I'm all for it.
We're gonna go check on Russ, man.
I'll go down. Definitely
he ain't got to come see us.
I bet you some celebrities going to see him out there and not telling. Well,
you better believe it. Yeah, absolutely. That's their guy, man.
Them same people that was going to them Diddy parties. See, it's different. It's different levels to these parties, and that's what people don't understand.
Man named Kirby Dick.
What?
The documentary by Amy Zeri and Kirby Dick, like it's right there on the screen. Named Kirby Dick. I got a brother named Kirby. I don't know nothing about Kirby Dick.
Not about Kirby. No, none of us want to hear nothing about. Well, your brother was a looker, so people want to know about Kirby's dick.
I'm not people.
You saw. I mean, y'all roommates. You put a fart machine on him with your stank underwear on the fan.
Yeah,
a homemade fart machine. Made a homemade park
homemade stink bomb.
That was funny.
Like Rick James tried to say when he told the story denied. Now why would I do something like that?
Oh, I'll do something like that.
Then he came back and go like, yeah, I put my feet on the couch. Hey, cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Hell of a drug. I don't want to never know. I do not ever want to never ever
said,
ever
Eddie got
know.
plenty money. Eddie could buy another couch. Hey,
Yeah,
got plenty money.
Why would I go to somebody's house and grind my feet in their couch? I'm raised better than that, man. Why would I do something like that? Yeah, I remember grinding my feet in their couch. Yeah, I did.
You also remember, yeah. That story you told the other night? I'm not even gonna bring it back up.
Which one?
Artie. Unc said he was at a park at a
water park. God, shit, man.
That's just wrong right there, man.
I'm just saying. I'll retell it. Bring it in. Give me my scratch and my logo.
You boo-booed in the pool.
That's where I thought it was going, Artie, but it didn't go there. It went totally even further.
Worse.
The life and crimes of UNK and CHICO. It goes like this. Once upon a time, Arlie and Chat, because I told this Saturday night, the other night on UNK and CHICO on our what we call that?
What was it? The
response
buzz reaction.
Yeah. On the reaction show. CHICO was telling a story about he took his kid. I talked to CHICO earlier that day. They were going to the beach. Why Hawaii got a water park and it's surrounded by water? I don't know. I'm not gonna ask questions. They're probably going to the beach, but they go to the water park. Water park is $99 just to register for the water park. And so that's how it came up. And so I'm like, CHICO, damn. And then it sparked
y'all live at the beach.
Look, we can get into that, but I just didn't understand. Mississippi got a water park and we ain't no island. This man live on an island, he going to a water park. Okay, but put that to the side.
Okay. Tell the story.
We're at the water park. In Neshoba County, the Choctaws, they got a big water park there by the casino. So we go to the water park. And like I told y'all the other night, Philadelphia. Told y'all the other night. I try to be respectful because it's not Philadelphia, it's Choctaw Nation. So I try to say Choctaw, because that's what it is. It's a nation within the nation.
Mm-hmm.
So kids can be like mean and then kids can be sensitive. So this was some mean kids and some sensitive kids. So the mean kids, unbeknownst to me, was saying something about me. Jasmine, the sensitive kid, heard it. She said, Dad, she touched my, she said, them kids over there talking about you. Me? I don't care if you 8 or 80. You get these hands. So I said, Jazz, I said, girl, don't worry about them. But go over there and ask them where their daddy is and if they got a daddy, because they ain't been out here with no daddy all day. Jasmine went over there and did it.
Of course, because she is little you.
I felt so bad, y'all. Like I felt good getting them back, but I felt bad.
Yeah,
because they probably don't have no dad in their life,
and you all about mentorship.
Experience, but it was $99. And I can't pay $99 for everybody. So sometimes when you knock a mofo out, it hurts to punch her too.
How hurt were you? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being and 10 be like, oh my God, I'm devastated still.
So as Jasmine walked over there, I wasn't hurt at all. But when Jasmine walked back and I saw their faces, I was like, damn, I should have done that.
So let me tell you what caught me, what struck me immediately. Evil. When you said, and Jasmine, I was like, oh my God, he was grown. Like, I'm thinking this is your childhood. You done pooped in the pool, some story. You was grown.
This is a grown man. This is a grown daddy.
This was like last week.
I mean, it easily could have been. Like, it was probably like more like 15 years ago, but it easily could have been last week because same mentality exists.
Bless him.
And let me say this, CHICO, Arlie, Chat, it's the same thing in this space. I'm not nobody special. I ain't no damn celebrity, a big shot or nothing like that. I don't understand how people can think they can say something to you, comment on the post, but you can't say something back because you're a content creator. And then when you say something back to be like, oh man, hell, you started.
Oh, why you do me like that? Why you going hard on me like that? Like, you.
Yeah, you come in. I ain't talking about somebody who come in with like a critique or a suggestion. They come in like, shooting shots, and then you shoot a bigger shot. Now they mad.
Yeah.
Right. They shoot a pellet gun and you shoot a bazooka, and they like, oh.
I ain't got no bazookas.
Right. You are a bazooka dude.
Oh my God.
You are a bazooka dude, or whatever them big them shoulder, them cannons. What is the thing they put in it and blow up everything? That's you.
That's a bazooka.
Okay, good. I'm glad I knew what I was talking about. Here we go. Look at her.
Rocket launcher, bazooka, the same thing.
Okay, I ain't got that but bazookas.
He don't have nothing but them. He don't never come with a little like, oh my bad.
Well, first of all, if Arlie had one, we got to make sure it's on the right shoulder. That's one with the heel still working. Because she put it on that one with the foot flat. She lean like this, shooting it. I'm a little pot short. That's what she look like walking.
So you telling me, Artie, that you want to try to repair that one that lost the heel
at the cobbler
rather than just make them flats and cut the heels off?
Because they weren't meant to be flats, and it has like a little.
So it's like that little bump.
It's a little heel in it, so that's just gonna after some point it's gonna rub like I'm riding on a bad tire.
I got you.
Then it's gonna tear up my rim, the part of the shoe, and then it's gonna be messed up. I tried. I mean, I didn't think about it.
Don't they have the shoes for women where you can take the heels off? Like you could like press and slide the heel off or something like that. Adjustable.
Hey, Chico,
you know how you can invent that.
Chico, you know how you can open the app and see what's near you? I'm gonna type in cobbler, see if they got a cobbler here.
See if they got a cobbler. Okay, while y'all looking for the cobbler, I just want what a cobbler?
Extreme Shoe Service. They closed right now, but a mile away.
Man, we need to have them. Tell them to holler at us.
You're welcome.
Extreme cobbler. I can't see.
Hang with me. I'm gonna teach you some things. Hang with me.
I ain't never called that no cobbler. My bad, Chico. You know you. Extreme Shoe Service. When you type cobbler, okay.
You're welcome.
Just women's shoes.
No, it's for men. It's really men's shoes. Men take their shoes because y'all often have nicer shoes than we do because y'all pay so much more for yours initially sometimes, and you take yours to the cop because that's what. And I start calling it because this friend of mine said she was dating this dude, and she's like he takes his shoes and his leather wears to cobblers. And I was like, oh, that sounds fancy.
No, I will say this, Arlie, you spot on. Like I've had some shoes that I felt I paid too much for to just let go.
Mm-hmm.
And the uppers were still fine, so I had them resold.
Yep.
And the resoling may have cost like $30 or $40.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole new shoe would have been like, $200, $250. So
right. See? A cobbler.
But I went to the shoe repair. I didn't say the cobbler.
I bet you that's
go ahead and ask what he does.
Hmm?
He laughing himself. He about to say it's one of the oldest professions, but he realized
no. I was about to say that, but then I heard what Unc said, and I was just like, yeah.
What I said.
But it wasn't no cobbler.
No, I mean, I went to shoe repair.
Yeah, I went to the shoe repair instead of the cobbler.
It's a shoe show.
And how was your head doing? You were walking like you was a Sunday broom.
That's why I cut that part off the video. I ain't want nobody to have no extra nothing. The shoe was enough problem. But listen, I want to get back on this entertainment report because we didn't got
trying.
Derailed and come back. So I heard you mention earlier, Neely, that you have been on child support, so you fully understand like that 22% how to take that out and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Well, y'all know the beautiful Halle Bailey, not Halle Berry, Halle Bailey. She was the first little Miss Mermaid with a live production.
Oh,
and she had a baby. Yeah. She had a baby with DDG. His name is really Daryl something. Yeah. He's a Twitch streamer and got some rap stuff, and they got a baby, and they're having a very ugly custody battle. Well, she had a restraining order against him that ended on June the 4th. He then turns in his own restraining order against her and his request that the judge not allow her to go to Italy with the baby because she had a job or something. She needs to go do some work in Italy. The judge denied that portion. The restraining order there will stay open until the 24th. However, he and his mama and the stepdaddy or the fiance, not the stepdaddy.
Why you say like the step? Oh, I'm sorry. Let you do the report. Go ahead.
I said stepdaddy. Anyway, the fiance have filed their own reports, and they have several accounts where she's threatened suicide. She's talking, and which they messing up with that because she has said she'd had some postpartum depression, and so now they're coming after her like she was committing suicide, threatening suicide. He said she was threatening him, when she thought he was being, cheating on her and all that kind of stuff. So they have a really ugly mess. He's like leaked all their text messages, not leaked, but attached them as Exhibit A and Exhibit B, and several exhibits of their conversations from like 2021 to 2024. And I
Is
feel
she of age? Before I comment on her side boob, is she grown?
she is grown. She's
Okay.
24,
I was gonna say nice
25.
side boob. I didn't want to say that she was 12 or something.
If she under
No,
24, it's a no.
that's right. Y'all learn your lesson. So yeah, she's a grown woman, but she's a kid. You can tell by their conversations, because in 21 she would have been, that was 3 years ago, she would have been like 21 years old. And you
Yeah,
remember
I
how
remember
silly we
this.
were when we were 21.
Yeah,
We were so
I'd advise
silly.
people not to be in a real serious relationship that early, man. You know what I mean? I just and I hate to even say that because I know I'm gonna have to deal with this one day. But I just hope that I can influence mine enough to where I could be like, listen, man, you don't need to be dating nobody serious at no 21, 22, 19, all this other stuff. You think you love them forever, man. You don't even know what forever is. Keep living.
Yep, these people that do that, it's a few people who can do, like, we've been
How
high
old your
school
mama? She
sweethearts,
had
we
you,
don't
Chico.
know.
But look, then I think about it, I'll be like, you know what? What if I steer my daughter away from her real love that would have
Now,
been with
I'm
her
gonna ask you,
forever?
how old your mama? She had you.
And then she get to 39 years old. Now she's like, you know what? I wish I had somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I
Right.
done steered her away when she was 21, when she could have had a good,
No,
so it's a balance in that. You know what I
it
mean?
is.
Damn. That's
Neely
hard to
said,
think
how old
about.
was your mama? How old was your
I
mom when
think my
she had
mom
you?
was 27, unks.
Oh wow.
But you the youngest.
I'm what they call the knee baby.
Yeah, baby. She went back on that ass. They call them Irish twins.
I thought the knee
No,
baby.
that just tell them, Arlie. That you say what? Tell them, Arlie.
I don't know what I thought the knee. I know Irish twins are like, they're 11 months apart typically. Like they could have been twins. They're less than 11 months apart usually.
I think my sister and I are what, like, I think we're more than a year. But they say the knee baby is the one before the baby. So,
but they back to back.
Not necessarily. You just before the baby.
Yeah, I knew the knee baby was second to the last, but I always assumed it's a knee baby because I got a whole one, then one sitting on the knee because they not old enough apart to be
right.
One running around. Yeah.
Uncle always got the whole history of it.
So I got one on my shoulder and I got one on my knee. They back to back.
Weren't you a knee baby, Dilly? Were you a knee baby?
Nah, me and Kirby 3 years apart.
See,
he can go.
Shout out to Kirby. What's up, Kirby Lena?
So I got a hip baby, a shoulder baby, and a knee baby.
I'm gonna tell you what now.
I hope not.
Tell you a good hip baby. You go to Dollar General on the washer powder aisle. That girl that got that baby on her hip at the dollar store. Yeah.
What girl got her baby on her hip?
I like to see the African women
I'm just telling
that have that have the baby strapped up on the back, and then they be carrying stuff in their hands and then on their heads. Now, goodness gracious, y'all.
Hey man, shout out to Halbert Dawkins Jr. 499 super chat. He said y'all the best in the business. Hal, you the best in the business.
We appreciate that, Hal D.
I hope I'm in the y'all. Thank you so much.
You on the screen? He talking? He just sent it.
Hey, thank you. Last thing I want to talk about.
Your fascinator.
No. Last thing I want to talk about is, I'm sure you all have out there in the chat have heard the Brian McKnight's son Nico, his 32-year-old son, passed away from cancer, colon cancer, on the 29th. And so if you have been following any of this story, which you probably had not, but I'm gonna tell you, some years ago,
that's why we have you here, because we don't know this stuff.
Right. 4 years ago, well, not 4 years ago, Brian McKnight was married to Julie, and they had 4 kids. And at some point in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, Brian McKnight was estranged from his children. It was a whole big old mess. He was talking junk. He remarried this other girl, had 2 babies. Then he has a Brian McKnight Jr.
Time out. You got to rewind, because it sounded like a.
It sounded like a math problem. It sounded like a math problem leaves Atlanta.
There you go.
Like, man, hold up now. Julie had
my third grader got a math problem that she sent home with me. Now, Julie and Jane had 3 of these and 4 of those. And what happens if you get rid of one? Like, hold up.
So help me out again now. So walk us through that.
So he was married early on, had 4 kids.
Okay.
They done fell out about 2008 or somewhere like that. He gets remarried. Well, he got remarried and then they fall out. So it has something to do. He said his children, he made a statement that his children first said were a product of sin. Not sure what that meant, but they were all estranged. Okay, let's be
I
clear.
guess you say born out of wedlock.
They was
Or lust,
married.
Okay,
or
oh, they were
lust.
married.
Maybe the
Not
mama was a booty head. I don't know.
he didn't
I
love
think
her.
the
It was
mom didn't
just
get
lust.
along. I don't know. I think it
They,
was just
they were just smashing.
I was married to her and we was in love, and all the pictures that look in love. But anyway, he there was a whole big old backlash online about it in the more recent years. When his son got sick, he's been battling about 2 years ago. Brian McKnight now says that he offered best oncologist out there, please have him. But she, the mama, Julie, is a self-proclaimed mama bear, and she refused the help.
Oh
So
wow,
everybody's kind of coming after Brian McKnight now because why you talking about that? Why you not just talking about your son's death and blah, blah, blah? Well, let's go back. When his son passed on the 29th, Brian McKnight's brother, Claude, gets on TikTok and talks about my nephew passed. I wasn't going to say anything, but now I am. And I know y'all have all been following their strange relationships and the dynamic in this family, but Nico was a great kid and very talented and all this kind of stuff. So Brian gets on his own and like, listen, my brother up here trying to grandstand. That ain't about nothing. Let me, because people are trying to say, why didn't Brian help him? Where was Brian? Did they reconcile before? All those kind of things. And I don't think they had the opportunity to reconcile prior to Nico passing. But Brian McKnight says he did go to Hawaii. So he was out there with you, Chico. He went to Hawaii and they had a nice private ceremony honoring his son, Nico. So the internet is there's some people that's mad as I don't know what to him. How dare he even take care of his son? But he's trying to come back and say, I tried. My ex-wife would not allow me to. So how do y'all, what would you do? You have an ex, Mr. Neely.
I do.
Like, what would you do if she was like, no, you can't come over here and take care of not one of these children? Screw you. What do you do?
Like they're not kids. Like what are we talking about?
Which is a good point. So he would have been 30 at the time. But if your parents, I think about the influence my mother has over me. My mother heavily, she's just luckily never influenced
No,
me
but I
negatively.
guess what I'm ultimately saying, if I make this apples to apples right now, how can one parent or another parent keep a grown ass man from going to the doctor? Like, if I call and say, "Hey, that boy need to go to the doctor," he ain't no boy, no, he's a grown ass man. And so,
And I don't think he
how?
wasn't going to the doctor. I think he just wasn't going to the very highly expensive specialized oncologist that Brian McKnight had on deck for him. I don't know if it was
I
out of
can't make sense
anger,
of it.
if it was,
Yeah,
resentment, screw
I
you,
can't make it
daddy.
make sense. I don't know.
Right.
Like
So
I
it's
would.
all it all doesn't make sense. And I'm sure his mama, while she is grieving right now because she has lost her child, I'm sure she don't want to talk about much of anything. It's going to come out at some point once she gets like, I can't believe Brian did that. I just hate that. No matter people don't realize it. And the pastor said it today at church. People don't realize the stuff they do to their kids. You can ruin your children and then messes them up for when they're adults because of something you did to them as a child. So I think people need to really think about their hatred toward their significant other and think about their children.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the children are the future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
My Reverend Brown.
Yes. So we'll be hearing, I'm sure, more of this Brian McKnight, unfortunate story about
I
his
got
son
Brian McKnight
passing.
story, true story.
Oh, okay.
Do you? Is this a life and crime story? I guess it is. So there's the artwork and there's the sound.
Chris is a punk.
The Life and Crimes of Uncle Chico. Memphis, Tennessee. Hal D. Shout out to Hal D.
North Memphis.
I'm in Memphis, making easy money, pimping hoes style. Downtown, Peabody.
I stayed in that hotel before. Peabody Hotel. Damn. That's the circle one?
No, it's the one with the duck.
The big turtle in there. Or is it a duck?
It might be a turtle in the fountain, but they come get the ducks from upstairs and duck walk them down.
Okay,
And then
yeah.
eat them.
I'm sure you stayed there, Chico. Like if you've been to Memphis, I'm sure you have.
I
So
just
getting on the elevator, and somebody say, "Hey, hold the elevator." So I, hold the elevator. Brian McKnight. Cool. We was chit chatting the elevator. I get off, he get off. I go to the room because I was bringing some liquor up. Man, what taking so long? I was talking to Brian McKnight. Of course, I'm lying. I'm like, no, dog. Like, I've just been on the elevator with Brian McKnight, and the girls are sweet. Like, boy, stop playing. I was like, so one girl believed me, and she said, I don't think he lying. She rode up and down the elevator 30 minutes, just stopped on every floor, and he eventually got off.
Wow, she got
Oh,
him.
Yeah, and so she rode with him, walked outside, got a picture autograph, came back. He's like, he wasn't lying. I said, I told you I wasn't lying. I was on the elevator private. That's what took so long.
Wow.
He wanted to know where I was going with all the liquor.
Right.
and he was gonna come to y'all
Like, let
party.
me go
No,
with
he
you.
wasn't gonna come. He was it wasn't a concert. They had like a one of them traveling plays in town. He used to be in that play circuit.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he's yeah.
Yeah. He
Acting
was in town for that. So he was in Memphis like for a while, like I guess staying at the hotel.
extended.
You know, one of them plays that they do Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday night. Then
Right.
next.
Mhm.
Yeah, shout out to Brian McKnight. Sorry about the loss. I didn't know he lost a child.
Sorry. Yes. And cancer is a mother. Oh, that cancer just Jesus Christ.
Hey, that's right, Elanisa. Those two Uncle Neela stories in one night. What up, Chico? You off your game? I got it. Don't worry about it.
You right. You right. You know what I mean? They just hit
He ain't
and they
lying.
hit.
You
Shout
need
out
a
to Brian
story.
McKnight, man. What's your favorite Brian McKnight song off the top of your head?
Do I ever cross your mind?
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Anytime.
Won't be doing
Oh,
that.
that song. Still have your picture in a frame.
Hey,
Ooh.
why black folks do that when they hear a song?
See
Hey,
your footsteps down. Ooh, that's a jam. That song is I don't know. It's like whoever wrote that, they were missing somebody. I
Carlton Webb
said,
says, appreciate that little crown by your name too, Carlton. That means you be participating. Carlton Webb says some women are so bitter after breakups, they don't want any type of help from the father ex-husband.
it's very true. And your children suffer.
bit
That's
of
what's
their
about to
fate.
happen with with Hallie and DDG. They going after each other so bad.
They're
And he's
young
pulling
too.
out, right. And
All
he's
right,
pulling
and
out
so
all her
I'm
little
sorry, go
stuff,
ahead,
and that's
Artie.
so sad. He went and talked about how she was trying to have an abortion because he wouldn't go back with her, and she took one of the two pills, and then when they
They
realized
need
the
to
baby was
stop.
gonna live, they got. I mean, it's just I feel so
They need to
bad. And
stop. They need to stop.
if she's struggling with postpartum depression, people don't realize that's a real thing. Like that is a real thing. Folks be wanting to strangle their children. They don't have no connect. Like it's a scary place because you just have
Hell,
no
I guess I
connection to
still
them.
got postpartum. I want to
Right?
knock this one bit out yesterday. Hey, YV Porter, spot on. He was in a play at the Orpheum. See, YV no I ain't lying.
He ain't lying. What's your favorite one, Chico?
Uh, um, one last cry. One
Before I leave it all
last
behind, I get to yes. I don't know. I don't know.
cry.
I can't think of no other because when you said Brian McKnight, my first thought was about to go to
She give me love,
What's the one with the numbers?
love, love.
one. This one I
Yeah,
did
give me that.
1, 2,
Give me that one.
2. 1%. That's like a wedding song, isn't it? 3. And it was plain to see that you're the only girl for me. And 4. What's it the what's in a bed? Back
Double
at
blessed
one. That's the
twin
name of the
mama.
song. Back at one.
Double
They
blessed
did
twin
you
mama
all.
said she knew Chico was gonna say one last cry. Why? Because he don't know nothing else. Because he a
Why?
simp. I don't know. I'm not gonna answer her.
That was one of the big ones.
He had a big
Uh,
that was a big one for him. And I was thinking when you said it, it made me think of it always sometimes me, Brian McKnight, and what's that? When you feel the battle
magic
in my
in my
head.
head when I touch it
Rogue.
and rub you the right way.
Singing mad.
Johnny Gill had a birthday the other day too. Shout out to Johnny Gill had a big party and wasn't number dudes at the party. I was very concerned. But well, no, but it was
Damn,
like
Ollie,
Cedric.
where that come from?
Wait,
Ollie with the shot.
it was
Easy.
it was Cedric the Entertainer. It was like a
Yeah,
bunch of people
shots
there.
fired. Send ambulance. My location. Shots fired. Johnny Gill down.
And they were doing karaoke and they were doing Luther.
Little Luther, Big Luther.
The song they were singing at the time, I think, was a Little
A
Luther.
group of
Ollie,
men partying and singing Luther is.
like,
So what we
what we
doing?
doing?
So what we doing? Yeah. But yeah, so happy belated birthday
Ollie,
to
I have a
you.
question.
Steve.
Well, I just have a comment actually. I sent this to Uncle Neely earlier. I just happened to be watching one of our past shows and
Mm-hmm.
got on the part where you doing the entertainment report, And you said, "All right, guys, for the entertainment report, our guy Smokey is in trouble." And I said, "Who? Chris Tucker?" And Unc said,
This nigga. Smokey Robinson, man, damn. Come on, no damn fictional character.
But was I nice when I look at him crazy? Like, no.
Now you have to look. Yeah, that's how you look. Like, what the hell is he talking about?
Ollie was like, "No, Smokey Robinson."
Smokey Robinson. That's right. I need to investigate what's going on with that. I hope they fix that because the number 50 million is hurting some people right now. That number is.
WS Twin Mama says it was weird. Like, why are all these old men singing and hanging together? It was weird.
It was weird.
Yeah, y'all tripping.
Yeah.
But maybe he had like a guy's night out. Like,
sing.
Huh?
Oh, say what?
Yeah. If you got them braids, we're gonna do the best of both worlds. So we're gonna do Jay-Z and R. Kelly. Both worlds. I got this. I gotta tell you this. This probably don't mean no story because ain't no story to it. Just real quick. Been to a lot of damn concerts in my life. A lot of damn concerts.
Damn Kelly.
Best concert I've ever been to.
Prince.
New Orleans, Louisiana, R. Kelly, Jay-Z, best of both worlds.
I bet you that'd be crazy, boy.
Prince.
My Lord.
What?
Chico.
What? Oh my God.
So like they had this big ass screen, right? And you know, of course they changed it for whatever city they in, but they had these 2 tour buses looking like they were coming over the Pontchartrain Bridge, driving in New Orleans, racing each other. And as they were coming through downtown New Orleans, the tour buses like bust through the wall, like literally buses came out.
Right.
And they stepped off separate buses and they would do like whatever song they had together. Then one of them do a song, he leave, another one come out. Man, this shit went on about 4 hours because you know they got hits.
And they competing with each other too.
That concert got shortened. What happened?
Yeah, R. Kelly said some people that threatened him or pulled a gun or something happened and they canceled the tour.
Yeah.
So and then that kind of caused a rift between them two back in the day. But I remember that album, 2000.
That's what it was. It was their album concert and a concert for both of them.
Yep.
Like say when Beyonce and Jay-Z on tour together, it's their stuff and their separate stuff.
Yep.
Right. Man.
I'm gonna tell y'all, I forgot to say this. On October the 7th, which was would have been just yesterday, but we talked too much. It was, not October, Jesus, June the 7th. It was the Purple One's birthday. Happy 67th in heaven birthday, Prince. I love you so much. I still miss you so much, and we still go together, and I'm your widow. I am widowed.
And also, a person that they talking about, getting on me about in my hair, it was his 50th birthday yesterday. That's Allen Iverson. Shout out to AI.
What? Shout out to AI. Threes in this mug.
Shout out to that guy.
Shout out to the people in the chat too that wasn't on the last couple lives. Yes, I have my hair braided. You know, hair braided. Have y'all been to this game? Yeah, I got my hair braided. That's what's going on. July.
Braid my hair. R. Kelly had a song, or was it?
It was just a hook. Come on and braid my hair.
Oh, what you call it? But somebody sang it like a whole sit down. My mama said, what's that boy's name? I'm looking at him. He's not gonna come to me, but I'm looking at his face. Not Jaheim. Even though his hair was braided, but it was the other one. Like, oh baby, you got Mario.
Oh.
Know what I need. I'm in a singing mood today, probably because I'm tired. I sing everything. You sing everything.
All right. Shout out to
that's it.
When Snoop Dogg had his hair braided on that front porch, everybody went and started trying to do that. Just get the hair braided out in the front. That was the thing back in the day, man.
Chico, man, ask why your hair is braided.
Shout out to the girls who used to braid hair back in the day for $5 and $10.
Chico, I gotta push back on that.
Now it's like $85, $95, $100 to get your hair braided. Push back on what, Uncle Deli?
I like your big hair better.
Ain't nobody getting their damn hair braided on the front porch because Snoop did it in the video. Snoop did it in the video because that's how you get your hair braided.
Likely.
He ain't lying.
They sit on the top step. You sit on 2, 3 lowers or between the legs and the hair level. I did like
the grease scalp.
Shout out to Aunt Becky Joe. Rest in peace. I used to love Aunt Becky Joe grease my scalp.
Why? Because she did a good scratch.
Good scratch, man. She parted that afro, had that thing split.
Neely, you had an afro?
I was born in 71. Everybody had afro.
And he had the good grade of hair, so his hair grows fast, I bet. So
did I have an afro? Yeah, I had afro.
My afro take 2 years to grow. It'll be growing. It'll just be tight.
Why you cornrow it? This is my question. Why you cornrow it instead of just let it be free?
Because that's what I wanted to do.
He had it free.
I had it free, so now I like to be, you know what I mean, where you could change it up. You know what I mean? You know, you got to switch it up sometimes. But now, so I went from, I used to have a low cut, then I had the braids, and then I had the dreads for a long time. Then I cut my hair off, and I tried to rock the low cut like I did in college, and it just wasn't happening. You know, hairline went back a little bit. It just looked funny. And so I started growing it like the young kids do, like Michael Irvin said, how you get your hair like that? When he asked Bo on the sideline. So I started growing mine at that same point when I went to Colorado. And it finally got to a point where I could braid it, but I couldn't find anybody to braid it. And I said, I'm not going to cut it until I find somebody to braid it. And all of a sudden, my girl, shout out to Tiffany, she hit me up on Instagram. I hit her back. She was 10 minutes away. I said, it's on like Donkey Kong. I went over there, seen her. Her place is good to go. I'm going to be there each and every 14 to 15 days, get my ish twisted up. You understand me? I might rock it out every once in a while.
Somebody mentioned Blue Magic. I'm gonna show y'all some. So y'all, let me tell you, I don't even know why I entertain y'all, man. Let me put this thing back.
Well, first you were the alien, and y'all know why y'all entertain me. Now you don't know why you entertain us. You just don't know what you want to do today.
Because somebody in the chat said that's where you get it done with Blue Magic. What y'all don't understand is
the Blue Magic grease oil. Yeah, the grease.
This was during the pandemic. Shout out to my homegirl Anime. That ain't her real name. We call it Anime Bullock though, but that ain't her real name. Shout out to my homegirl Anime. When Anime came over and put that Blue Magic in my fro. Y'all see that Blue Magic? Right there, boy, that Blue Magic.
Is that Claude on Life?
Hey man, they were during the pandemic. You couldn't go to no barbershop.
I remember
somebody got to come grease the scalp though.
That's when my dog Chico Bean grew his hair out and he got braids to this day because he grew his hair during the pandemic. And he said, F it, I'm gonna keep my braids. Let me show y'all his braids. Y'all seen his braids before?
No.
No, you don't know Chico Bean? Let me show you Chico Bean.
I feel like I know who that is.
85 South. Shout out to all the 85%ers out there. Let me show you Chico Bean braids. And let me know what y'all rock these. What y'all let y'all men rock these, ladies.
No, I can tell you no.
Look at that hairline first.
How come I don't see it?
You don't see it? What's wrong with it?
No, I don't know why I don't see it. This happened one time before, and I can only see it if I look at it on YouTube. Because right now we're in the 3-shot, and I'm just at the top with you, and Neely is below us. That's all I got.
Really?
Yes,
yeah, I can see it. Like man, his hairline, man. He got other issues first.
He on Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, he got. I give him props for rocking it. Chat what y'all think.
I think he got the wrong priorities.
I think he need to just quit while he ahead. That's what I think.
So a bald spot negates you from being able to get braids or anything like that.
You should just go bald.
Express yourself.
Long as they don't do that Beijing.
Yeah,
and with the hairline, but they like.
Yeah, the Beijing look like just why are you doing it?
Just be bald and be happy.
Right.
Oh, I see him now. Okay, now I can see it. Because on my, well, I went to look at it on YouTube.
Okay. I think everybody should be on YouTube on their other devices anyways. Guys, chats, people.
I usually do, but I just didn't have. I didn't. I was so engrossed in the conversation about these players perhaps getting their just due. That
I saw you and
the question is, would my man be able to rock that? I hope to God not. Shout out to you, Chico Bean, though. Praise God that you're here. No, it makes your head look like Homer Simpson.
Yeah. Well.
But hey, Chico, you're rocking it. You look nice.
Who they said I look like, Chico? Do y'all remember?
Yes, he is happy, and we're very happy for him. Doubly blessed twin mom. We're not trying to say anything about Chico being in a negative way. He looks like a very happy guy, and he likes it. The
Or
question
big
was, would I let
man.
my man wear it? My man, I would hope, wouldn't want to do that. But if it made my man happy, he got to wear a hat.
Do y'all remember Good Times?
Good time.
When Philip Michael Thomas was on there, and he was writing the essay with Thelma called "Sexuality in the Ghetto."
Yes, and James was gonna whoop his arse.
So that what they said I looked like when I was getting when anime was blue magic in my scalp. They said I look like Philip Michael Thomas from Good Times.
But he didn't have no beard. But yeah, the other part, absolutely. Or Frederick Douglass.
Damn. Hell no.
All right, did you braid it, Neely?
And let me tell you, I spotted you all because that what Kirby did.
I knew it. That fool. That was you.
He made a Frederick Douglass.
Hey, I'm not
That's
gonna.
a
I
mess.
saw a guy walking in the Target the other day. Well, a couple weeks ago, and he was walking towards me, and his beard just looked funny. I was like, "What the hell going on with his beard?" His beard was moving. As I got closer, this man had his whole beard dreaded, and it was like long dreads too, and he had a bald head. Like, bro, you're going too far now, big man.
You
What are you
you
doing?
gone too far.
You're going too
My Jamaican
far,
is
big.
not good. Oh shoot, I'm moving. My
What y'all
uncle
think
used to
about that?
braid.
Dreads with
My
the
uncle
beard.
used to put his in two little braids right here with some whatchamacallits on them.
See, that's
He
old
looked like
school.
he was in the Taliban.
So Arlie, you only because you asked, and this was during the pandemic, so nobody really got to see it. Hit picture one, put the big screen, Chico.
Please take me away.
Hit
Take me
picture one.
What is
What
that?
were you
What is that new
getting?
hair right there? Oh,
Oh
you
my
in braid.
God, no. Neither you got the funny hairline. You're not supposed to do that.
Hey, that's why I didn't do it. I just did it during the pandemic. But Chico, if he want to walk in there and tell that girl to get in the exhibit, that's him. I was sequestered when I did it. But that plat long, look at that thing, look at that thing long.
Did you ever braid your beard?
I mean, just playing around, not like for play,
You
not
gonna
for
put
real.
no little beads on it or nothing?
Come on, dog.
That feel like something you do. You come on, dog. That feel like something you do.
Hey, yeah, me. That was Philip Michael Thomas. Yeah, that was Philip Michael Thomas in that Good Times episode.
Easy cradle ripoff.
Sexuality in the Ghetto.
And he was about to get got, baby. James was about to tell him a new one. What you talk about my daughter? James was so funny. Lord, may he rest in heaven. He passed this.
Ain't like he'll snap. He'll beat the hell out of somebody too, dog.
James
Y'all
was ready to go.
give him a
back.
chance. He will beat the brakes off of somebody outside of his house and
inside. Because he loved Thelma now. Thelma was his baby. You don't mess with Thelma.
You're exactly right. Like I should have. She said, "Why y'all didn't learn how to cut your own hair during the pandemic?" I had plenty of time to learn because show didn't go to the barbershop about a year.
You didn't you can't cut your own hair, Neely. I just knew you.
Hell no.
I thought everybody did that.
Do like Chico did with his blend over there, tear it up.
Yeah, it up. But guess what? I don't give a damn. Like Pop said. And Arlie, you said something earlier about stepdaddy. It just reminded me of my dog. Do the stepdaddy. Shout out to Hitman Sammy Sam out of ATL. You know, if y'all know about Hitman Sammy Sam, you're a real old school. Let me know.
Carlton Wells said his auntie dated Philip Michael Thomas. I know they had relations. You even date Philip Michael Thomas ain't come up off of it.
Philip Michael Thomas. Didn't he play in something else? What he played in?
Miami Vice, man.
It was Miami Vice. Him and
Rico
Tubbs. Is that Tubbs, man? People used to call me Tubbs
Tubbs
back in the day, man. Who y'all talking about? One of my coaches used to call me that. I had so many nicknames from my coaches. It's crazy. But Tubbs, that's who they used to call me. Goddamn.
Enrique Tubbs.
Unbelievable.
I didn't have no nicknames.
I never
$50, Chico.
watched that
show. $50, Chico. Oh, you said you didn't watch it. Don't worry about it. You ain't gonna win.
Nah, I didn't watch that show.
You didn't watch Miami Vice?
I was to you, Arlie. $50 if you can name the villain that they was always after on Miami Vice.
Oh my God.
In fact, it was how Rico came from New York down to Miami because the villain killed his brother, who was the real cop. And y'all may not remember on Miami Vice, he actually was faking to be a cop, and that didn't come out to the end of the series. He was posing as his brother.
I don't remember that part of it. It was was it a Hispanic name?
Calderon. You Googled it. You Googled it.
Yeah, I definitely Googled it. Calderon.
Calderon, baby. Calderon.
Who played that person?
Because they never
Miguel
really told him.
Pinheiro.
When I used to be out of town somewhere, they wouldn't get about a real name. Hey man, how you doing? Calderon.
Calderon. For some reason, you know, I used to. I'll give 3 names. Mike. Chris. It's so funny. 2 of them, your name. I used to always say Chris or Daryl because I had a best friend named Daryl, and I always felt like Chris was very simple, but it's close to Chico, you know. So I say Chris or Daryl, and if I want to throw people off, I say Michelangelo. I say what? Michelangelo?
A damn Ninja Turtle.
The guy who played him is dead now. He died a long time ago too, in '88. Bless his heart. He was born in Guayrabo, Puerto Rico.
Maybe that's why they didn't show him a lot. Like he was a mysterious drug lord that they were always after, but they were just missing.
Oh,
Miguel Pinheiro,
Puerto
Rican playwright and actor.
I was watching Shiloh's stream or whatever video he just dropped, and it was one of the players on there. He took his teammates to Desi Banks' show, and one of the guys looked like he was a Polynesian guy, but he apparently he stood up and said he's from the trenches of Hawaii, right? And so Shiloh was messing with him about, oh man, ain't no guns in Hawaii, you know. All I got to do is just outrun y'all, you know, because ain't no guns out there. And I was like, damn, do people really think there's not any guns and stuff in Hawaii? I hate to bring up that subject, but like, do people really think that it's just a beach? Like everybody live on the beach and things like that in Hawaii? Like, is that what it is?
So.
I ain't never gave a damn thought about Hawaii.
I think we wish that's the case, though. I wish that to be the case there. Like when you think it's
beautiful
and tropic.
You work with Dog Bounty.
I've been to like in 2008. I went to where his what do you call it? His office used to be. So I saw that. I saw where they filmed that before. But yeah, so yeah, there are criminals in Hawaii.
Hey, we don't know one. Hey, I
don't think this. All he did was throw a brick in a window, and that was in Alabama. He's escaped that now.
Yeah, I don't mean he ain't no criminal. Just because he ain't been caught and charged, he done something.
He ain't do it.
I ain't do nothing.
He ain't do it. He's been a
what
good.
Y'all talking about?
He's been a good boy.
Michelangelo would do that.
Let me pull this up though, real quick.
That man said Chris
Tucker,
Daryl, Michelangelo.
Yep, I got 3 on deck for him. Anybody got something to say? I got 3 on deck for you for all situations that you may be in. You know, Chris, Daryl.
You use these names for what? Like, oh, that's who you become?
No, just like when people ask me my name sometimes, and I don't want to say Chico because first thing gonna say is that your? It's like they ask together. Hey, what's your name? Chico. Is that your real name?
Yes, so it is.
I'll just say something simple. They'll be like, I say my name is Mike or Daryl or Chris. They're okay, and move up right along.
They go on with it. Gotcha.
Yeah. Especially like for orders or something like that. We're gonna call your name when it's ready. What name would you like for me to call?
Calderon.
Call me Chris. Yes. So if y'all get a chance, y'all can check out these videos, man.
No, if y'all get a chance, just rewatch some of our old shit. Like we don't hit the promote.
Just rewatch some of our old ish. How about this then? I'm gonna be doing a reaction on this so y'all can see it.
Yeah, we'll do that, but I ain't gonna promote that bullshit on here, man.
Y'all know what it is.
Go about Wendy's.
He got mad about it too.
Don't nobody want to fight you, man.
I ain't trying to fight, but let me say it again. You ain't never walked in McDonald's and they like, hey, be sure to stop by Wendy's next when you get some time. No, they say come again. Come again.
Well,
thank
you guys for coming out on the UNKandCHICO show for this Sunday once again.
What are you doing, Arlen?
Y'all want to
come again, come again, come again. You just kept saying come again, come again. I was like,
it's freaky, nigga. You ain't got freaky on here. It's late. I'm trying to talk about the people that make songs on the shoe. They're grinding with a opposite shoes on. I told y'all, them preachers' daughters.
I'm
Trying to tell
PK
you.
times 2. I'm a preacher's kid and a physician's kid. So
Come
I'm a
again
hell of a
3
lot of
times?
fun.
Did you say come again 3 times?
No, I said pick a finger. Pick a finger.
Oh, I thought you were saying come 3 times. Okay. Anyway,
No.
after Colorado, I'm just saying.
I'm trying to read the comment. What does it mean after Colorado?
I don't know.
Go to Hawaii or Jamaica after
Julian.
Colorado.
Go to Hawaii or Jamaica after Colorado. Okay, Julian.
I learned
Julian.
then that Hawaii has Hawaii
Julian.
Chico.
It's the hood just about everywhere. Yeah, man, we gotta get up out of here. Y'all ready?
Andrew. Hey, Andrew Walker said Chico running around with aliases. Arlie thinks he's such an innocent guy. I do.
I didn't say like alias
Harley
is like
got a
a
question
you.
for you.
Like,
Are you still filming on BTG?
I was there Thursday. I just booked an episode or so, some stuff on House of Pain. So I'll be there this week. And then I go back to BTG next week.
Booked and busy, or whatever the saying is. Is that what they say? Busy and booked?
Yes, but I need to be. They say booked and busy, but blessed. Wait, hold on. Blessed, booked and busy. Booked and busy. That's what he said. Go pull it. It's gonna pull it back up.
Yeah, but see, he can clip it like if you get the person to do it again. The key is to get them to do it again. That way you got a fresh clip.
I thought he was gonna do like this and period.
You didn't.
I thought I was gonna do like this. She go 156, dog. Come on, man. What we doing, dog? Like,
and guess what? So what are we doing?
Yeah.
It's
about to put
1
a period
o'clock in
on this
Atlanta.
show. That's what we're about to do. Go put a period on this show. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we would like to thank you guys for coming out and joining us once again on the UNKandCHICO show by way of the Pregame Network, brought to you by SafetySmith.com and State Farm agent Miss Denise Smith. Y'all make sure y'all check her out. Commercial will run after this. But if you don't know, now you know. 303-343-3515. Tell her that Big Dog sent you. Or you can tell her that Unc sent you and see what happens after that. But until next time.
If you want to get cussed out, say Chico sent you. If you want a discount, say Unc sent you. I'm sorry. It's just really that simple.
I'm so behind.
Arlie, her fast, and everything else, we thank you for joining us once again and bringing that fire.
Wavette Porter, maybe next week we're going to do it, but it says, Arlie, I wish you could give a hint, just a hint about your character, our character. Shout out about your character.
Let me
say, some good storyline going right now.
Wavette Porter, I started watching I start catching in the middle. So I've gone back to try to, so I'm like in episode 25 over here, and I'm in episode, like I'm current. Baby, the stuff that's coming, oh girl, let me just tell you. My episodes don't air until August. I filmed them in April and May. And then this one in June will air in September. But oh my God, it is actually, y'all remember, I used to love the stories, but that's what my great grandmama called them. Watching these stories, and my grandma called them stories, not soap operas. But I am really enjoying, like, that Leslie and that doggone Danny. Oh my God, they are cuckoo on 2 different levels of cuckoo. So yes, it is very good. I am enjoying watching it. It's hard being in it because it's nerve-wracking. It's so much material, but I'm very grateful. You don't understand how grateful. I just thank God every day. And if they don't, let's just pray that I don't die. Let's just pray. Everybody pray. I really don't die.
Might need to do a reaction on that right there coming up. All this stuff that's going on, they say, with the ICE and the protesters in LA. I'll check it out. Y'all let me know what y'all thinking in the chat.
They sent out the National Guard earlier.
Yeah, that's why we said we wasn't going to protest, because that's what he wanted us to do. We go out there and they could shoot us dead in the street because he claimed martial law, and now but they was protesting, even though you have the right to do so.
They say they picked up the TikToker too.
Yeah, they say it's hour 59 into the show too.
This guy. Hey man, all right, peace in the Middle East, man. We getting up out of here. Thank y'all for coming out. Unc need a Snickers, and I'm going to eat me some real food. All he get it. All he got is okay. Thank you, all. I appreciate it.
Chico's wearing a saggy diaper that leaks. Good night.
See, if it's funny, I'm gonna laugh. Hey man, thank y'all.
Why you gonna laugh when you look in the mirror then?
Because that ain't funny. That look
you just mean today. He does really. He needs two Snickers.
It cracks me up.
Them little bitty baby Snickers in your pocket ain't gonna help, man.
They ain't helping. You need to go get the big king size Snickers.
You need the Diddy size Snicker, the Punisher size Snicker.
Not the little finger size.
No, not the little finger size. Not the fun size. I'm fun size. Not the fun size.
You like that little finger.
You know, you like that little finger.
Lord have mercy. Hey man, this has been another episode.
Chico merch is dropping, Chico. That first shipment on the way. I got the email.
Word. Yep. Good itch right there.
I want your big head on their body.
That's why we got more than just his big head on there.
I'm talking about your big ass head.
We ain't got Chico there at all.
Yo, I just had a shit. Listen, since Chuck is the professor, we should have like a Gilligan's Island song. Somebody needs to do us a song with Gilligan Island. We got Uncle Neely. We got, I don't know how it's gonna go yet. I gotta get the rhythm of it. UNKandCHICO, the professor and Arlie on Sunday night. They are coming and here on UNKandCHICO Live.
I think you just did it. You said we got to get somebody. You just did it.
Mm-hmm. It's a damn shame that I kind of remember that, but I didn't really watch Gilligan's Island either.
Uncle Neely and Big Dog Chico.
Oh, mama, outside. We don't need cable.
You in the damn island, hell.
I mean, you live in.
Mama, outside. We don't need cable.
That's what your mama said.
Living in the island and going to a water park. That's like somebody's living in Africa and going to the zoo. Man, walk outside.
Right. Well, not all of Africa, just the safari parts. That was real.
Funny.
That was real.
Funny. But you know what? I thought that too when I first came here. I was like, they got a water park? But it made so much sense yesterday because if we go to the beach, we just like at the beach and sometimes, you know, it'll get bored after a few hours, especially with the kids. But you went to this place, they had a lazy river, they had a slide, they got a little play area, they got a deep pool, they got
but you got to watch your kids. Slide. That's too hard to watch them in the beach. I ain't got but one little area right there. That daggone water park.
Then the current could be high, too high to go in the water. So I feel
you. You know, and then exactly with the beach. You know, waves can come a certain way, and you know, who knows?
Did you meet it at the beach? That's what we playing, but she stood me up.
Roxanne. And Roxanne.
I want to be your man.
All right, guys, we up in about
Chico. I'm glad you got rid of that fro.
You must learn.
Boy, bye.
Bye, y'all. Everybody have a great week.
I'm gonna go do a Reynolds.
What's a Reynolds?
Peace in the Middle East. You don't want to know. Bye, y'all. Thank y'all for coming out.
Bye, y'all.
Thank you to our sponsor. And we're gonna be up and about of here, man. To the next time. Hey. The East Coast to the West Coast.
Drop that video on their ass, Chico.
Say it again, Unc.
Drop that video on their ass.
Oh. Ready. Think about the last time you thanked yourself for something. Maybe it was that me time you took last Tuesday, or finally learning Italian. Want to do something you'll really thank yourself for later? Start creating a plan for your financial goals today. State Farm agent Denise Smith is in the Denver metro community to help you look at things you want to save for and then build a plan that will set you up for success. The earlier you start planning your goals, the better off you'll be. So call State Farm agent Denise Smith at 303-343-3515 or online at www.safedysmith.com today. Then thank yourself later. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Thoughts on the commercial? Thoughts on the commercial?
I need to read it next time.
No, I was just gonna say I can read it.
Yeah, that'd be even better. Yeah, like that. Chico read it. People gonna fall asleep for their order. No kind of damn excitement. You wanna?
Chico, great job. But next time, let me give it to you.
What it sound like?
Give it to you, give it to you,
If
give
you
it
want
to you, give it to you.
insurance, come over here to Denise Smith and
I
get
mean, I'm
the
saying if you want some, just call them. I mean,
yeah,
just call the number right there.
the number right on the screen if you're trying to get your insurance. And I'm
Neely,
from
yours a
Selma.
hater.
Unbelievable. Thank y'all for the comment saying that was a great job, Chico. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Neely is a hater.
This man said should have let me read it.
I mean, if we trying to be successful, that's all.
But who drew it? That was a really cute drawing.
Chat GPT.
They draw?
Yeah.
Chat GPT will do it all for you.
Oh, I just had to
gotta
pay
learn how
for
to
it. I
use
can't
it.
have the free one.
No, you can have the free one and do some things.
And draw? Oh, we got to talk about that. I could be making my whole cartoon show.
Chico read that like he was reading for the funeral home. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
Oh,
no kind of excitement to it.
That's an Unkadelic right there. That's all. Ain't
No
nobody-
kind. Shout out to the Unkadelics. Shout out to the Unkadelics. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. And
Appreciate that, Val C.
That's what they call you, Neely. Your people that love you call Unkadelics.
So they call Stankadelics.
Oh, that's cute.
Shout out to the Unkadelics out there. And
the Punkadelic.
Hey, nobody followed Chico, so he don't have no name for his group. It's just
there's a bunch of folks.
The blind lead the blind.
You could call yours like something with the dog, like the dog pound.
He gonna cut your camera back on and he told you.
I didn't mean to bring
why you Chico, come on, dog.
And I wasn't paying no attention. I took my glasses off and everything. See,
I'm smiling and sweating in the camera. I ain't mean to. It's all good.
I'm so glad I wasn't digging in my nose.
He don't care about nobody but himself. He gonna make sure he look good, then cut the camera off.
I'm glad I was cute. Oh, honey. That would have been a miss.
Did you do a new chat picture of Chico's braids?
Oh yeah, we gotta do that. We gotta do that. Gotta appreciate that, YVet.
Unbelievable.
I want to know how we use. I don't know how to use the chat appropriately.
Good job, Chico. W blessed twin, mommy said. Appreciate that WDBTM. I appreciate that DBTM.
Think about the last time you thanked yourself for something. Maybe it was that me time that you looked for last Tuesday.
That cut doesn't sound genuine. Do it again.
He go Chico. Think about the time you take yourself for something. Maybe it was that me time that you had took last Tuesday.
It's stupido.
I finally learned that I tell
Maybe it was that what?
Want to do something you really thank yourself for later? Start creating a plan.
Who are you?
Financial goals.
Kill my landlord. Kill my landlord. What was he done?
Denise Smith in the Denver area, Metro.
She over there somewhere. Y'all just find her.
Community to help you look at the thing you want to save for. There is Chico, Chris Darrow, Angelo Cleveland.
What?
I meant to come on here with my theme song. And it goes a little something like this.
We got Chico and he's in dancing.
Sing a little finger.
Hey, shut up.
Hey,
you sing your little fingers.
Right,
I was trying to encourage.
That's not encouraging.
This is the biggest dog.
Arlie.
Badass Uncle Neil. That's the beautiful Miss Arlie Michelle. We're gonna be up about this thing. Y'all know what to do. Hit the like, subscribe, and comment, and all the other good stuff. Make sure you get ready to get you some t-shirts, some merch, and everything else. The likes are free. The join button is a little bit of a charge, but it's free too to hit the join button. Hit it right now, and also the notification bell. So when we go live, you will get it.
I'm prairie dogging over here.
What that mean?
Yuck, and yuck again. We out of here, guys. Thank y'all for coming out. Here's the coldest outro that you have never.
I got some meerkat action taking place over here.
Peace in the Middle East. Thank y'all for coming out. Peace. Bye. Yes, sir. UNKandCHICO. Sunday night live. Live and direct.
It's another Sunday night. Another Sunday night live with UNK and Big Dog Chico.
another one. It's another one, baby. It's another one.
Another Sunday night live with UNK and Big Dog. With UNK and Big Dog. With UNK and Big Dog.
So get ready for it. It's like the Universal Circus.
Another Sunday night live. UNK and Big Dog. CHICO.
You be shoot.